Oh my goodness, hello, good evening everybody, good evening. Hellfire and Eurospicy and Andrasta and Twitty and Yamino and Sea Puffer and Oceana, hello, good evening, New Day, hello, Mash, Shell, Tink, Patty, Tish, hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening or good night, depending on where you are on this beautiful planet. Thank you so much for joining me for yet another ad hoc live stream. Happy Tuesday? Oh no, oh I'm forgetting my days. Are we on a Tuesday? We are on a Tuesday, excellent, very good. How's it going, everyone? Oh no, Greg's mad at me. Hold on, everyone hold on to your butts. Andraste, thank you so much for being here and thank you for gifting 5 channel memberships. Welcome and welcome back to... Here we go, Kanan. There we go. Leonie, hello. Puff, Judas, and Patty. Hello, everybody. Please make sure you thank the lovely Andraste for their gift. Chat, thank you all so much for being here today. And my apologies for any fluff. This is what happens when you get something out of the closet because it's literally like just the end of summer. What is that? Something. Fluff? Don't mind me, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. I'm a little bit warm today, but I couldn't forgive a bit. Foodie's mad. Alright, so today we're going to be reacting to Miss Shantel Marie, Miss Foodie Beauty, Miss Everyday Mariam, and her recent upload / live stream, which was originally called Mr. Cardigan. Gotta get my fan. Mr. Cardigan, now renamed to Addressing Another Biased Documentary About My Past. I love this band. I love this band so much. It's so good. Voodoo, thank you for being here for 8 months. Voodoo says, I missed the last couple because of sleep. So glad I'm here. Well, hello. I hope you're sleeping okay, Voodoo, and always a pleasure. Lovely to see you. Hello, hello. Is that a pullover or a cardigan? Cracula, I'm going to have to ask what the definition is. It's too hot. It's hot here down under. I was going to do it for the bit because Foodie was mad at cardigans. Which, you know, sweaters are a part of the cardigan family. But it's just too stuffy. It's too hot. It's a lovely knit, but it's too hot. It's coming off. There we go. We're off. Too warm. Cardigans have buttons? Is that the rule? Okay, work. Well, I'm gonna have to get myself some lovely cardigans for winter. I do love a knit. I do. But I prefer something with like a high neck, like a turtleneck almost, but it has that 3/4 zip. You know are they crew necks? No, that's something different. You know the 3/4 zippy ones? I like them. I'm a big fan. Yeah, no, melting me is not fun. You're right. Also, there was a breeze before. Where have you gone? Me yelling at the sky. Old man yells at the sky. That's very much on brand. Alright, so today, Foodie got upset. For those of you who don't know, Mr. Snowflake's episode 1, part 1. We'll call it part 1 of the documentary of Chantel's online life. Dropped to members and Patreon members a couple of days ago, I think, and it came live to the rest of us today. Chantel, I've missed a couple of pieces of content because I was busy yesterday. Sorry, chat, but it was Kuwait National Day. Chantel put eyeshadow on. That's the only memorable thing I had from that piece of content. And then before this ragey live stream, she'd gone live for 3 hours eating. So we don't need to watch that. We're just gonna watch Chantel be mad. Have fun. It's 2 hours long. And I mean, I guess we may as well just get into it, right? Warm. Very warm. That sweater was a bad idea. See, there you go. I called it a sweater, not a cardigan. Pardon me. Anna, it can't make up its mind, hey. Like, it was a little bit cool about an hour ago, and now it's just, whew, just rough. Also, hi, my name's Zach. Lovely to meet you. If you're new on the thank you very much for returning. If you are coming back, words are hard today. I'm not a mental or physical healthcare professional, just a guy who lost some weight, talks about things on the internet, and watches way too much of too many people. I'm also not here to bully, shame, hate, harass, or humiliate, just here to talk about the produced and monetized content that we see here on this platform, because it's all about what? Choices about what we say, choices about what we put on the internet. Choices. Lisa, lovely to see you. Hello. Marian, hello. Hello. Alright, we may as well get into it. I need to wipe my face. Hold on. We're just gonna do a thing. There you go. Just... This is the opening frame to Chantel being mad on the internet. So from everything I understand of the timeline, Chantel was live, and then Chantel got off a live, probably went and watched the documentary, and then came back mad. Is that correct? I think that's correct. think that's correct. Sorry, Voodoo. Why? I don't know. This was the first frame. This is just the energy that we're going into to the reaction today, I think. Alright, let's get started. I have to keep my headphones plugged in. And let's go.
Oh shoot, hold on. Hello. Gotta get my popcorn.
Also, chat, just a reminder, please make sure you're having fun today. Make sure you get a laugh today. Make sure you get a beverage. I've got a lovely SodaStream Pepsi Max. Not $3.40 a bottle. Make sure you're drinking your water. Get your steps in, wear your sunscreen. Use this as inspiration to go out and, like, do something. Learn a new recipe, lift some heavy things, look after yourself, get your steps in. All that.
Okay.
Everyone's favorite hoodie?
Yes, alright. So yeah, I know I said I wasn't going to react to anything, but I feel like it's necessary to react to a few things.
Is it? None of this was necessary. This is 2 hours long as well, so I should try to keep my responses brief, but it's me, so that probably won't happen.
Like, you know what? Everyone is saying that Mr. Cardigan's fair. He does really good research. We'll get to that in a minute. He does...
I just want to say everything that has, like, I've watched half the part one, right? I haven't watched the whole thing. Watch half of the part one. I was too busy listening in on this and Chantel getting mad on the internet. Chantel even says during all of this that they are her words. Now, to be fair, I understand referencing things said about Foodie specifically on forums and stuff by people who allegedly knew her and blah, 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 and all of that stuff. True or not, things that people who know Foodie in real life have said about her, it really does, really does highlight just how poorly I think her audience thinks of her in the grand scheme of things. Because to hear someone say, like, oh, Foodie was, like, such a bad person that she put her sister in the dryer. The fact that most people automatically jump to the conclusion of, yeah, no, that sounds like her, like, really does speak very poorly of Chantel's character to think that, oh, there's that breeze. To think that pretty much, and it's the same with me, anything mentioned in the world of, in her reality, I automatically think worst case situation. Yeah, absolutely, that sounds like something she would do. And that speaks about her character, not us. That's her.
There's really good documentaries. Number one, Mr. Cardigan, you say that I'm not...
Judas. Judas, thank you for being here for 3 months. Judas says, got my mum hooked via Mr. Snowflake yesterday. Oh, excellent. There'll be so many conversations. so many things to catch up on, Judas. So many eras. Thank you for being here for 3 months and congrats.
I'm not a very good YouTuber. What about you? What about you making clout, making a following off of the haters and off of the same two women with eating disorders?
Just as a note, just because you want to try and rope Ambi into this situation, you two are so far, like, there was a time when Ambi and Foodie may have been lumped in as the same type of content creator. That time has a long past. Long past. As Milk Tea often has said, you know, there was a time where Foodie was proposed as this, like, the nicer Canadian version of Anne Boleyn. Which is fair. It's kind of unfair, I think, to say that, oh, well, it's just you bullying the same two overweight women on the internet, when, for starters, like, Mr. Snowflake has a wide and varied, like, I guess, list of content when it comes to infamous people on the internet. Foodie, recognize you're a main character. You're an infamous individual on the internet. Same as Ambi. For different reasons. Hey, Kels.
What about that?
Oh no. Greg got mad at me. Hold on.
I'll get to that in a minute. He does really good YouTube following off of the haters and off of the same two women with eating disorders. What about that? Hello, Amanda. Welcome, salam.
I'm also not here for the whataboutisms. I don't care.
So here's the thing.
Don't care. Foodie's a terrible person, but the people who critique her are also terrible people. Okay, that doesn't make Foodie stop being a terrible person. That's not me saying people are terrible, just, you know, the concept of it all.
Has proven himself in this part one to be nothing more than a glorified hater.
Foodie's also kind of late to the party because, again, and I said this off the cuff because I get Mr. Snowflake's content consistently on my autoplay. I said this off the cuff, but he's already done 2 pieces of content about Foodie. Like, over a year ago. Where was she? Oh, I know where she was.
With better editing skills, because let's face it, referencing his credible research is referencing Michael B. Sweaty and...
Oh, that's the fireworks. Man, we can hear the fireworks from in here. Instead of raging on the internet at, like, whatever time of night this is, why don't you stick the phone out the window and let us see the fireworks? Can you all hear this? Can you all hear this?
Referencing his credible...
I thought someone was moving a chair. That's fireworks.
Research is referencing Michael B. Sweaty and...
She's not even distracted by it. She's on one. She's on a full-blown rage. I would not be able to concentrate with the sound of fireworks going off in the background. My ass would be like I would be enjoying that. Never mind.
I'm gonna see you next Tuesday on Kiwi Farms, okay? Kiwi Farms is a vile, racist hate forum, all right? So you're gonna hear these people doing this with their cars.
Oh, is it cars or fireworks? Sounds like fireworks.
So
Annie, hello, good morning. Hope you have a big cup of coffee, mate.
Number one, you're not saying anything that that hundreds of thousands of people
thought it was farting. Alexis.
Have not already seen or said. You're talking about things that happened literally 20 years ago or 6 years ago, things that I've already addressed. So you're beating the dead horse to the point of it being pulp at this point.
Pulpy.
All right, so, but I want to go over a few of those things that make me a vile person. Great. Number one thing that gets to me every time.
We've got the list, don't worry.
Is putting my sister in the dryer. Listen, this Kathy friend of mine suddenly turned against me, okay? And she's psychotic. I could show you emails or messages I've had. Hi, everybody. Messages I've had from this woman. She's harassed other people like this. You didn't do your research well enough. You just take her word for it. She is vile. She is...
I think the length of the research was somebody who said they knew you in your past said you did these things on the internet. Or said you did these things in the real world and said it on the internet. And people picked it up. And again, it really does just speak to the fact that Foodie... No, rule number 1, never trust a Foodie. It really does just speak to your character that people are far more likely to believe a negative thing about you. Yeah.
Is a stalker. She is...
Oh, Annie, nice.
Is, like, insane, psychotic, okay? And I've been her friend for a while. You did not see the emails that she sent to me. Are you going to show those emails that she sent to me first? Harassing me every single day, saying the most vile things. She hung out at my house when I was with my sister maybe 2 times. Like, barely ever. So, I don't know.
I know. The other thing that's interesting to me is that Foodie seems to have all of these issues with people in her real life. Like, from her past. Which is weird when you keep hearing that Foodie was not the bully, and then bullied, and then kind of the bully, and then really popular, and then not really popular. I don't know, it's just weird to me that these people have such an issue with Foodie, like, more than a decade on. But, I don't know. Her reality and not mine. It's fine.
She's a credible source of information for my past.
Hey, Big Mac. She's mad. She's big mad.
I never put my sister in a dryer. Prove it. I never told her she can't sit with us. Prove it. I never, ever treated her badly. So that's one...
Putting like your baby sister in a dryer and telling your baby sister you can't sit with you, 2 very different levels of cruelty. Cruelty, that's a good word. I was going to say meanness, but cruelty is probably a better way to say that.
Person that you say I treat badly in my life that you can...
Panini pressed, Lapa.
Scratch off your list.
Panini pissed.
Compared to a lot of...
Panini pea hands.
Civil rivalries I've seen in my life, mine was pretty good. Maybe she's annoyed me a few times.
Did she say civil rivalries? Did she mean sibling rivalries?
Put my sister in a dryer. Prove it. I never told her she can't sit with us. Prove it. I never, ever treated her badly. So that's one person that you say I treat badly in my life that you can scratch off your list. Compared to a lot of civil rivalries I've seen in my life, mine was pretty good. Maybe she's annoyed me a few times. I was 11. Again, if you want to go back over 20 years, that's your prerogative. I don't know why people are so obsessed.
Prove it is the new stay mad.
If a documentary needs to be made, it needs to be the level of obsession with my past as a child. You know, I've seen comments, people saying her dad, this Kathy person said my dad ran. Like, as if that it's my fault as a 2-year-old that my dad left. Are you serious? Like,
again, I'm supremely disinterested in Chantel's family's story because they're not on the platform telling their story. Like, Chantel's just the one... And Chantel lies, so it's hard to keep track. But I swear she said that her mum dumped her dad because he was an alcoholic. Wasn't that the story? That wasn't literally a story we got like 4 days ago. And now she's 2 in this situation. I'm very confused.
Please. So
I can't be bothered keeping up with that timeline. That's one that severely disinterests me.
I know the tone already for this stupid, idiotic series. Again, I don't live in my past. If you have something relevant to say in the recent year, go for it. I know it's going to be the scandal with Salah. Whatever.
Oh, you called it then. Poopy.
We've already worked it out. We have a right to do that. It's our marriage. Hi, Teardrop!
They're not living together. The way that they worked it out is that he's no longer living there.
It's futile defending, but you know what?
Just a reminder that Chantel was the person who sat on the internet and proudly proclaimed Poopy her man and kept yelling at us, "Where's your man?"
That person went on Kiwi Farms as a friend, made up insane lies about me, which there's no proof of. She was vile. She used to have a crush on Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold from the Columbine shootings, all right? She used to worship them, okay? So before you
were friends with this person. The fuckery. Like, fuck. It's so weird. It's so bizarre and weird. Queen, thank you for being here for 16 months. Queen says, always. Are you having a cackle? Are you enjoying? Thanks for being here, mate.
use her as your credible source of information to dictate my
Yeah, Andraste, this was 6 years ago. Exactly.
morality growing up, maybe research her first. Hi, everybody who said hi. All right, because I can go over the disgusting crap she did. She did some very nasty stuff to her sister, and her sister was a teenager and she was a teenager. So don't even go there, all right? Please. I'm not going to go there because she's whatever, but she's...
Foodie, this is the individual who Foodie threatened to call CPS on, right? Basically saying, you had all of this mad shit to talk about me on the internet. FYI, like, you better shut up or else. Oh my god, Lottie, hi. Hi, happy Tuesday. Oh, my days are all over the place. I hope you're well. Does this mean next Storytime Mukbang we can all just go with if you have something relevant that didn't happen 20 years ago? Because I would like that. I would really like that. Yeah. She can only tell stories from the last 12 months. Yes, you're right. That's the new rule. Someone tell her.
Insane. Like, she also lied about me sleeping with everyone's boyfriends. No, she did that. I was seeing somebody, and behind my back, she did something with somebody else. Anyway, I don't want to get into that, but she was the one who was... She's a liar, basically. Not credible source of information, all right?
So over 2 decades ago is what yeah, okay. Good, great.
What else? Oh yeah, the cheese graveyard. Oh yeah, I'm such a bad person for that because I was talking about a true crime, you know, like Stephanie Sue does in all of her videos, and she has...
I don't think I think you're a terrible person for a long list of things. I think your inability to recognize the fact that talking about, like, precarious and sensitive topics of discussion maybe don't deserve a Party City pink wig and a graveyard made of cheese. That's all. Like, maybe you could do it tastefully and not, like, poorly and insensitively. But then again, as we grew to recognize, Chantel really don't give a fuck.
Millions of subscribers? I don't know.
Marissa, hello, good morning.
Oh, like what?
No crunching in this one, just a lot of...
Because I was eating cheese on Halloween at Cheese Graveyard, and I wasn't disrespectful.
Yes, you were.
I was talking very calmly. I didn't say, haha, those people are dead. Did I say that? No, I didn't. So how am I being disrespectful? You're listening to a literal...
Foodie, we could all go back and rewatch that, but unfortunately it's probably been privated at this point. But we can all go and read the, not cracked, what was it? Oh. Why can't I remember what was the website that did it? What was the website that covered it? Why can't I remember? That's sitting back there, I swear.
Hater. Like, it's so stupid. Number 2, like, I showed dead bodies on the...
BuzzFeed, that's the one. Thank you, chat.
They were covered in a sheet. I was showing the Nikes. And I'm sorry, but...
Well, see, and Lottie, that has only continued with Chantel's recognition of things said on the internet and kind of the validity she gives to it all. Because she could quite easily ignore it. And, like, and the thing was, back then, it was all recorded content. Mostly. There were a couple of live streams here and there, but, like, mostly recorded content. So Chantel had the ability to just not acknowledge the things being said about her on the internet and keep up with her mukbanging ways, but no, she needed to rage.
I showed dead bodies on the... They were covered in a sheet. I was showing the Nikes. And I'm sorry, but those people were part of a cult where that was what they wanted to do. So, I mean, something that happened so many years ago. I'm sorry, but I don't think it's too soon to talk about that. Yeah, it was a lot of cheese, but...
Okay, so Chantel, in this one statement, she really does set the tone for the entire piece of content. She says, no, they were in a cult and it was something that they wanted to do. I would really appreciate if she could allocate that amount of energy when it comes to, like, manipulation and lying and you know, cultish behavior, and try to apply that sense of logic, that the one that she's forcing on other people, try to apply that to her own situation, specifically towards the midpoint of this stream, because she's going to start talking about old mate and all of that stuff shortly. I would appreciate that. Just as a warning, chat, we're going to get some old mate discussion in this.
Come on, whatever. Like, again, going over things that were so long ago. Like, what the heck? People are allowed to change. People are allowed to be different. Saying that I treat everyone in my life poorly? Like, who?
Well, no one's in your life anymore, and that's why, because you treat them poorly.
Cheats? Okay, yes, I did cheat on him. We worked it out. We're still good friends. So if he...
Yeah, and she also ran up his credit, put him in exorbitant amounts of debt, and they were still besties.
He doesn't have a problem with it anymore. Why should, like, random strangers? You don't...
Which is wild.
No, the dynamic of our relationship. You don't know the circumstances of everything. Even going far back as saying I threw a chair out of jealousy. Who cares? How does that, like...
Oh, what, pardon me. I got the gases. Who was it? I was thinking Naomi Campbell, but I don't think it was Naomi Campbell. Who was it that Foodie was jealous over? It was an actor or model. Not Nev Campbell? No, someone. Annie with an L, thank you for the super chat, lovely. I hope you're having a great morning and enjoying your coffee. And he says, her outfit really makes her look like the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. The stripes across the front look like an undershell. The pattern on the shirt, all she needs is some antenna. I think worm. That's what I think. I think, like, Earthworm Jim on a casual day. She looks like a worm. I was Grace Kelly. Noted. Thank you, chat. Look at you guys with the memories. Ah, I love it.
How did I do?
And normally I'm pretty good at that stuff, but I appreciate it today. Thank you, chat.
Anything different than a lot of people, you know?
You don't think you do anything different than a lot of people? Chantel, if any of my friends had ever done a 10th of what you had done to the people in your life, I would drop them like a hot potato.
Yeah, I know, but...
Absolutely not. Like, there is some type of... I don't know if it's, like, just where Chantel comes from, and I understand, like, that doesn't necessarily make the person, but it just seems to me that, like, all of Chantel's, like, social group growing up really turned out to have a lot of, like, direct confrontation. I don't know, took a lot of issue with Foodie, and even continued on, like, if you think about the Shannon stuff as well, like, she was friends with Foodie through all of this stuff, and then it took until the old mate situation for that all to kind of culminate in a conflict. It's just fucking weird, man.
Lolo, I'm just trying to, like, point out where they're liars. They're complete liars. You know, it's like there's 5,000 people, about 5,000 haters. I get it. They're all the same people that have been hating on me forever, you know? People in the chat I see are like...
Definitely within 12 months, like, yes.
Like, oh, you said some vile things to me in Cuba Rage. Yeah, but what about what you said to me? Like, I always...
Chantel, you could barely fucking read the screen in Cuba Rage. What are you talking about? You were blocking people, like, just... I think we had... It was a block party. Yeah, it was a full-on block party.
Defend myself. I don't just go off on people for no reason. If you've come in here and you've said some really nasty things to me and I've been nasty back, it's not preferable, it's not good, but yeah, I'm human, okay? And I've been pushed to limits sometimes where I've said things I don't really like, you know?
And it's everybody else's fault and not hers.
They do lie. Saying I saw a lie, and people believe it, and that's why they don't like me.
Her blood pressure, Jay, through the roof, first of all, and she won't.
Okay? I know me. But, like, saying, for example, that I abandoned my grandmother when she was dying.
Alright, so in not so many words, we were all with Chantel as her grandma was unfortunately very ill. We saw what was happening during all of that. Yeah. Yep.
I and
Ooh, bug.
My mother, I've said this a million times, we were the only ones there out of the entire family holding her hand to her last breath. So how did I abandon her? Never happened. Fake lies.
Well, it might be a little bit hard now, but, you know, things are archived for forever. No, Chantel, we specifically recall what was going on during that period of time. Yeah, we haven't even gotten to old mate situation yet. I think in part one, it's mostly Chantel's upbringing and is it into the BB era? Probably.
Yeah, I know. Exactly, Strive. They only focus on the reaction to what people say about me. Lindbug, welcome to Very Important Bees. Already sent bees. Thank you, Lindbug. Another thing is that we like to treat our audience like crap for not supporting us when we fail on diet. No, what we don't like is the fact that, there's been a long journey with this where we didn't really recognize all the time that, that we had eating disorders.
Who's we? Who the fuck is we in this situation? Are you trying to lump yourself in with Ambi now?
For not supporting us when we fail on diet. No, what we don't like is the fact...
Or is it the royal we?
That, there's been a long journey with this where we didn't really recognize all the time that, that we had eating disorders. For a long time, I just thought I was like overeating. I didn't even really understand what I had as an eating disorder at the beginning.
Yeah, did you get diagnosed or not? Because that's still a point of contention with everything.
Of my YouTube, and I failed diets a lot, yeah. But what I would be defensive about is people coming in and fat shaming me and putting me down for not doing well on my diet. So that's what I was addressing. I would address the shaming.
It's not, I don't think it's shameful if you sit on the internet and say, all right, guys, it's day 1. I'm doing my grape fast. And then the next day cut to like a McDonald's mukbang in the car and you don't even acknowledge the failure. Like, I don't think it's rude or shady for your audience to be like, hang on, I signed on for a day 1 and what is this sausage and egg McMuffin fuckery? That's not an audience member being hateful. That's an audience member being confused. Because you are confusing. Until you go around the cycle a couple of times, and then you get it.
Of people coming in and saying, you're such a failure, we know it. And then you're going to say I'm a bad person for defending myself against that kind of abusive behavior towards myself. Of me saying, well, too bad if you don't like it, get out of here. Well, it's true, just because I put it out on the internet doesn't mean I have to accept your abuse towards me over and over again and not ever say anything about it.
Telling someone who is a mukbanger, who starts a day 1 on a diet, and then day 2 eats McDonald's, off plan, off diet, whatever, saying that they have failed their intention to be on an eating plan, diet, whatever you want to call it, is not abuse. It's not. Let's grow the fuck up. You're a content creator. You're a main character, Shantel. Let's find that main character energy again, because if YouTube is too hard for you, don't do it. Don't do it. Save yourself the pain and conflict. Just go to something else. It's fine. Shell, thank you very much for gifting your channel membership. So, and welcome back to Nikki. Hello, please make sure you thank the lovely Shelby for the gift. Thanks, Shell.
And it's just so stupid. Like, I don't know. You can be more popular than me, I don't care, but the fact that you do the same documentaries people have done a million times on Amber Lynn and I, it just makes you another stupid hater with nothing.
She really is trying to rope Amber into all of this.
New to say, so congratulations. So those are all falsehoods. What else? I'm disgusted. Oh, I farted, sorry. Nobody ever passes wind, I guess, right? Okay. I mean, again, that's something that you're gonna, like, be grossed out over me passing wind 6 years ago? Like, or telling a story. The story about the other 2 people. Let me tell you about that story time.
Oh, not throuple. Why did I think trisome? Wow. Threesome!
They invited me.
The Try Something tournament.
I was in Cornwall. They were in Ottawa. They paid a cab for me. And they were really nice to me on the chat and everything. They saw my picture.
She said picture, not pictures, chat. Are you all thinking the same thing I'm thinking? I'm thinking maybe she showed up and she didn't look too much like her picture. Might have been that.
Everything, okay? They saw what I was like. They paid for me $150.
Hey, Queen, that's okay. I hope you're well.
$120 to $150 for me.
No, shit.
A taxi to them. And then to get all the way there, and they treat me like they're snobby towards me. Obviously I'm going to feel a certain way about that, and I was totally normal. I didn't pass wind. I didn't act gross. I acted normal. I was actually kind of shy. We were
I doubt it.
listening to music and everything like that. And then they, like, bought me a bunch of alcohol, like a ton of alcohol, shots, beer, whatever. And then, like, at first it was okay a bit. Then near the end of the night, that's when things started getting, and they had no plumbing. Like, I didn't know that.
Who are these people?
Their toilet had no plumbing. They had no water. They had no toilet paper. They had no what am I supposed to do? Like,
maybe it was just a bathroom that was under, like renovation or something? No plumbing, no toilet paper. Did they just have that door, like, closed? Like, you're not meant to go in there. Please don't go in there. Please don't use that. Paid for a taxi, but no plumbing. It's very confusing. That's very confusing. I've never heard this no plumbing nonsense. I knew the no toilet paper thing. I don't think she ever mentioned there was no plumbing. That seems a lie. That seems like a lie.
Am I villainized for not being able to hold in my bodily functions? Like,
please stop talking. Please.
Like, please. Yeah, he never passes gas. Yeah, exactly. I mean, what the heck?
Just a reminder to everyone, if someone offers you, like, to pay for your cab or your Uber or something, and it's $120 to $150, first of all, be safe, notify a friend, all of that. But also, like, have the backup funds or backup resources to be able to get the hell out of there. Because you are, like, this is Chantel's issue. Chantel willfully puts herself into idiotic and dangerous situations. Full stop, the end. She's never learnt to, like, not do these things. The, like, walking by the dockside in the middle of the night. That one was the first, like, time my brain was like, oh, she like, willfully puts herself into dangerous situations without acknowledging. And then the entire, like, old mate situation with Chantel willfully putting herself into situations where she was not safe. Not smart. Not smart.
I don't get it. I don't get the obsession with these things. These story times from years ago. This is like, well, why? What's the big deal? I don't get it.
If you don't understand the audience's fascination with messy humans on the internet, why were you creating content about being a messy human on the internet? Like, did she think that she was just going to tell these cute little disgusting story times and no one would be paying attention? I mean, she probably hoped. But why would you tell that story expecting nobody to care? Or nobody find it interesting? It's not like I care, but I find it interesting.
Pass wind.
Hey, Vero.
Seriously. Oh my gosh. And yeah, an article was done about the cheese graveyard, but they didn't take a stance on it. They wanted my opinion.
Did they ask you? I didn't think they asked you. They just wrote an article.
I think you should have sniped this premiere.
No, didn't they ask for comment and you refused to give it? Or was that a different outlet? No, I think it was BuzzFeed.
Plan to. Yeah, I think I will.
Oh my goodness, Jimmy Bunker in the chat. Hello, Jimmy. How's it going? I hope you're having a fabulous day.
Because you know what? I bet part 2 is going to be victim
And I hope your beard is doing well as well.
shaming, because I can tell the tone. He's just listening to haters as his, like, credible sources of information. Please, it's all crap.
Antinous, lovely to see you. Hello, Tuesday. I mean, happy
course,
Tuesday.
people love-
Hello, Tuesday.
Drama. She can't change and won't. And, like, do you think you're a good person by coming in and telling somebody that they can't change? I've made a lot of changes, and you're not the dictator of morality in my life. I'm sorry to tell you.
No, you do that yourself.
It's years ago, literally. And, like, oh my gosh. Like, the thing with Pete's, like, maybe 17 years ago that happened?
Which thing with Pete's?
So I'm not allowed to change and be a better...
Which thing with Pete's? The thing where you cheated on Pete's, or the one where you were showing Pete's nudes to other people who you also all went to school with? Or the one where you racked up his credit cards and put him severely in debt? Or the one where you couldn't sign the lease, so signed him for the lease and had him stuck with the cleaning fee from the luxury villa? Sorry, there's a lot of, like, things with Pete's that went on that she might be referencing. So it's a bit confusing.
Better person and make mistakes? Please, like, get a life.
Hey, Mick, good to see you. Feet.
I'm allowed to address things if I want, you know? No, it's not my own words. It's not
It is literally Chantel's own words. We only know the stories outside of what was happening, what was being said by Kathy. We only know the words based on what Chantel chose to acknowledge and talk about.
my own words. That's the thing. He didn't use my own words. Like, some of the stuff, yeah. But what's the big deal? Like, what's the inference you're taking from me telling a story time that happened 17 years ago? That's not even the same person anymore. And then making up things from this hater former friend who made up all these lies about me. Where's your proof? It's not...
The thing about the docuseries, though, is just to paint the picture of the history of Chantel on the internet, right? Like, you're... Like I often say, make up your own mind. Like, I'm not telling you what to think, but we're all sitting here fully in awe of the human being who has said all of these things over, what, half a decade? 6, 7 years? Sorry, I don't know anyone like Chantel. Chantel is a question, is a puzzle, is fucking wild to me. It is legitimately like watching my stories. This is reality television down boots. Down boots.
Incredible.
Love is Island needs more of this, like, getting messy in people's bathroom without plumbing stories. That's what, you know?
In Kiwi Farm,
that's what it's missing.
Is a credible source of information from people who literally hate my guts. You don't think that they have lies to tell? Come on, please. And then the
floor meds, Lottie. Yeah.
irony is that you're going to sit there and call out my lies in
stealing his M&Ms.
a documentary, which I haven't seen any yet, by the way. I haven't seen any yet, so.
She hasn't watched any of it. What are you even talking about? She's just pressed because of no reason. It's a day ending with Y, I guess.
I don't not pay on Kiwi Farms because of the women in the beauty parlor. And I'll send you a card. Well, I'm just saying that they can be pretty hateful.
Oh, the Dirty Secrets confession room in The Bachelor, that would do it.
Well,
Yeah.
at least...
But see, the people who go on reality television, they have a self-produced storyline that they want to produce, and all of the things that have happened in their history, they probably don't. Well, a lot of the things that have happened in their history, they probably don't want to talk about.
on my page. And
who hasn't traveled $120 dues worth of taxi distance to get so drunk that you plaster and splatter the potential threesomes bathroom with every bodily fluid imaginable? Who hasn't been there? Thank you for the super chat. Brenda says, it's weird you guys remember things I tell you. Well, she doesn't.
I've seen some other things, okay? And I've seen, especially this Kathy friend, she was horrible. She was harassing me every day. I'm pretty sure I put her emails out there too. Of course no one's going to show that. No, of course not.
You dig them out, man. That's your responsibility, not ours.
Threatening CPS on her? Yeah, I did. And I'm pretty sure I apologized for that a long time ago.
I'm pretty sure you didn't.
I never did it. I said I didn't think that she...
I'm pretty sure you were actively making threats towards people to stop them from talking about you.
Should be in...
Which is a fucking wild approach on the internet.
You know, raising children because of her level of morality. Imagine sitting around being a hateful harasser and your kids are privy to this. Same thing with some of the reaction channels. Saying the most disgusting things, fat-shaming the same fat women online and raising children. What kind of children are you going to raise? Bullies? Hello?
How about you just leave it alone? every time she starts talking about other people's kids, it makes me feel so fucking just uncomfortable and weird,
you know. So she just was so horrible to me, and I was just pushed to a point where I'm and I never called anything. I never called them on her. I never did that. So hi Vamp Diva. Pam, where's my words, Tiny Puff, that I wasn't there for my grandmother? Where's my words that
We don't need words for you not being there for your grandmother. We saw it because you were live streaming 8 hours a day at that point, and you were chasing old mate around wherever he was at that time.
Put my sister in the dryer and treated her horribly. Where's my words on that? Can you tell me? No, you can't. No, they're not from my mouth. My story times? Yeah, sure. But so what? How does...
Echo, I don't think she has a mirror, no.
Does my story times make me a bad person? That I had to use the washroom and there was nothing to clean up with? The things that he's saying make me a horrible person are things that haters went over a million times that are not the cheese gravy.
Here's the thing, chat, and I think we can all get behind this. I don't think anybody's going to watch... Look, every documentary, every docuseries, every deep dive into an infamous figure on the internet is going to be biased and painted in a particular way. We know this. The thing is, we've all been watching Foodie for a really long time. We've come to our own conclusions about this individual and what we think of her. It's fine. No one's here telling anyone what to think. At most, we're remembering all of the things that she said on the internet and being very confused by it. And partially disgusted.
That was so long ago, and no, I'm sorry, I don't regret that. I don't regret that at all, because I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I'm telling a story about a dumb cult who did some really dumb things.
Was the foul threesome the one with the squirrel, or was that a different one? Sade?
And to me...
Sharpay is High School Musical, isn't it?
I thought it was ridiculous, and I was just pointing out the story. I wasn't saying, oh my gosh, it's so funny they're dead, People do true crime and mukbangs all the time. But because it's me, I get singled out. Don't even deny it. I enjoyed it. Exactly. So many people love my story times. It's what made me who I was then on my channel. So how are you going to sit there and now hate on it when you guys all love the entertainment from it? You know what I mean?
Also, I'm so sorry if her audio's all crackly, because it is in my ears.
Yeah, Lady Ravenhill, exactly.
Was it Sharpay? I think it was Sade.
Yeah, they said I put my sister in the dryer.
Oh, it was a different threesome with Sade. Sade? Oh, Sharpay. Sharpay!
Yeah. Yeah, he spent a few minutes talking.
Okay, not the Papa Lottie.
Well, that was no proof at all. I apparently, treated the cult was manipulative. Yeah, well, so, still, I'm still allowed to talk about it. It doesn't mean, I'm being disrespectful by talking about something that happened so many years ago. And, I don't know. It's so weird that people were so offended by that.
Right, so is it disrespectful for people to talk about all of the fuckery with you and old mate because it happened years ago at this point? Again, applying similar logic. Hard for Chantel.
People are so offended by anything I talk about. What were they offended about recently that was such a stretch? Oh, yeah. I apparently was laughing at the, when I was telling the true crime story I recently did, even though I was just laughing at the name Schneeberger. And again, you're going to, say, oh, she's disgusting. This.
It is kind of disgusting, and it's distasteful, and it's rude, and it's insensitive. What the fuck do you not get about that? When you're telling a true crime story about, someone's assault and the story that went along with finding the perpetrator. Yeah, it's fucking gross. It's fucking gross for you to sit there and laugh and giggle at someone's surname in all of it. Treat Treat the story with the same amount of respect that you're expecting other people to treat the story about you and old mate, for instance. No? Okay. Well, you can understand why, like, all of the shit that you talk and all of the terrible things you went through, they're still terrible things, and we acknowledge that they're terrible things, and they shouldn't happen to anybody. But Foodie's got a whole list of fuckery that goes along with all of that.
Kind of outrageous what I'm talking about, you know? No, I never bought subs. Prove it. I never did. Not once. I could show you my bank statements.
Bank statements.
Unfortunately, your words and actions. No, Tiny Puff. No, it's the lies being told and the twisting and the outrage because people make money off of that. People make money off of that. I'm a very normal person. And with a past.
Also, we don't use... that's normalizing. We don't... Sorry.
Like everyone else, and I'm a different person now. I don't do those outrageous things that I've done. Everyone's done outrageous things in their past, maybe even worse than some of the story times I've told. And if I was so ashamed of the things I did in my past...
That's a stretch.
I acknowledge them. I own them. You know, I don't hide from them. I've shared them with everybody. You know? Mr. Snowflake cheats on his family with girls on his Discord. I don't need proof someone said it. Exactly. You know? Saying that I put my sister in the dryer is a pretty big accusation with no proof.
Once again, the proof being somebody who was in your life and who knew you talked about it on the internet.
No proof.
Again, it speaks to it speaks to my character in that I'm extremely cynical and questionable when it questioning rather when it comes to like Shantel. But then again, I also acknowledge that she lives in an entirely different reality where I don't quite understand what the rules are.
Proof. Why don't I apologize for my wrongdoings? Like what? Like what? I'm pretty sure I have. It doesn't matter. People don't want an apology, Blue Pot. People want to keep villainizing me. It's lucrative for them.
Chantel, you're doing it on your own, Mary.
That's what they want to do. So I'm just going to live my...
Just dig in that hole.
Life, whatever. Keep beating the dead horse with my past. 17, 6 years ago.
Oh yeah, Cracula, we didn't even really get into that. Yeah, Chantel was super chatting for likes and attention, and she got it. She's at 101k subs now.
Doesn't matter. Literally, I've grown.
And I think her Kuwait National Day vlog is at like 7,000 views or 6,000 views or something. Wasn't Chantel the one who was like really, really pissy at like all of us reaction channels that we wouldn't get views unless we're talking about Chantel, and that we should all put out vlogs and we'd get barely any views on those? Interesting.
I'm not that.
That's interesting.
Person. Guess I'm still fat and I have problems with food. That doesn't make you a bad person. All right, like it doesn't. Being defensive when people come at you doesn't make you a bad person. How is my past vile, Susan? Like what? And yes, a lot of people do have a worse vile past, including people who react to me.
Once again, gonna not lump everybody into the same sphere here.
So
Chantel will try.
Exactly. Even if I did, I'm not going to apologize for what? For farting on camera? Like what the heck? For telling a story that was so long ago? Like I don't get it.
Morning,
I was
Smith.
just a kid. Oh yeah. No, I know Willow Creek. I'm just bringing it up. Like that's just so stupid. I find it just so dumb.
Oh yeah, Bunny. Exactly. It's just empty words from her. Just gas.
Anyway, no,
Hot
Ren.
gas.
I'm pissed because it's not true. Get it right. Thanks, Pamela. Yeah.
Yeah, Lisa. It's very. I'm fine because they're worse than me. Yeah, it's deflecting. I don't like the phrase deflecting. Whataboutisms. Yeah. Very.
You can think I bought subs. I don't care. I didn't, and that's all I'm gonna say. If you can prove it, fine. You can't. You know why? Because it didn't happen. Just like the dryer incident, it didn't happen. But I've proved myself a lot with things. I've had receipts about my medical records that I've been in outpatient care. I showed a lot of receipts in my life. Did they get ignored? Yes.
I'm pretty sure we extensively spoke about Chantel's medical care receipts because they were one of the interesting topics of conversation. And it was interesting. But, like, we all know the truth when it comes to Chantel's healthcare. She doesn't follow up. She doesn't follow up. She doesn't have regular, like, check-ins, doesn't take her health seriously. She wasn't even sure what she was taking up the butt. She was getting back shots and not sure what they were. Eventually, she was like, oh, maybe they're vitamin... Maybe they're B12 shots. Maybe. But they might also be, like, a steroid or, like, a painkiller or something. Like, who knows? But I'm just taking him up the butt.
Thank you. Thank you, Melissa. Don't raise your blood pressure. No,
Morning,
I find it laughable that these people just keep beating the dead horse with the same stupid things that I've already addressed. You know, oh, I'm such a bad person. Over
Lottie, she does get mad at the administrators.
things that are not even true.
You're right.
Never ever did that. A lot of those things. And like, I don't know. or who I went to bed with in my past so long ago.
Hey Sam, good to see you. I hope you're having a fabulous day. And you are 100% correct. This type of Chantel rage? Sure. Could be taken at any point in any time from the last 5 years. The only thing that would be different is what she's wearing and where she is. So we'd have received one of these like in the car with the tray laid out and a McDonald's in front of her. We would have got these with like the black turtleneck, so she just looked like a floating head in the back of the car. We would have gotten one of these coming from the luxury villa after a particularly terrible weekend with old mate, Cuba. Like this is the type of fuckery that you will get from Chantel on the regular. And if anyone's new, feel free to raise your hand, say hi. We can catch you up on some things. But if this is your first time, I mean, welcome.
Why does that matter? You know, like, I don't know.
And Sam, we will always have animal print. Be it worm or cheetah? Something.
So, yeah. So you're going to take a moral, you're going to believe somebody saying that I laughed, like I did all these bad things, which are all lies. She said all lies. Somebody who idolized Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold.
Ugh, sorry, chat. I just have something on my nose.
Gotcha. Hi, Vanessa. Thank you, DJ LOL. Yeah. Yep, I know I've changed. I don't need to prove it to anybody. That's fine. Me and people would hate to see what my siblings did to each other.
Sorry, chat. I apologize. I didn't want to seem uncouth. Speaking of uncouth, hello, Mr. Snowflake. Lovely to see you. I joke. You're very dapper. Thank you very much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Look at that little loaf monster. I hope your beard is doing well today. Congratulations on your part 1. Hello and happy Tuesday. Mo, thank you for being here for 29 months as well, mate. I appreciate it. Mo says, isn't the old saying a dog will holler? Hashtag Badusi. Oh, Mo, thank you very much for the super chat. Badusi? Question mark? Lovely to see you, and thank you for being here for 29 months. I can barely read today.
I have a scar on my face. Yeah, well, you know, I've never done anything like that to my sister. Never. And I think she was jealous of. You can think all you want, it doesn't make it true. You know, like, people just assume, like, I said maybe, like, it was a bit hard to go from a single child to having, but my mother never ignored me, even though I had a sister, you know?
Lottie has a note. Remember when she white-knighted for ALR and said she would take all the attention and hate from Ambi if it meant people would leave Ambi alone? Yes. Be careful what you wish for. I mean, it takes time.
So.
But it did happen.
Yeah, they live in the
God, I can't even watch Ambi now. I briefly engaged with Ambi's vlog the other day.
Has to make money. Exactly. So how credible and how genuine
Snooze fest.
When are these documentaries going to be? They're crap. They're not documentaries. They're just, I mean, if I'm such a bad.
Oh, it is Badusi. Oh, good. Lovely to see you, Badusi. I hope you're well.
Person and
what happened to Moist? What happened to the Moist? Is everything okay?
My content's crap, but you make multi-series.
I'm used to the user chats that make me have to. The usernames that make me have to grumble.
Use it for hours on end about me? Okay, got it. I don't believe you. I didn't put her in a dryer, period. Yeah, Mr. Snowflake puts his kids in the dryer. You put your one of your relatives in the dryer.
Mr. Snowflake, she's mad at you.
Or somebody told me that. It was Jimmy.
Not Jimmy. Jimmy the turncoat.
So.
It's a battle of the beards.
Yeah. And, like, that's the thing. People believe these dumb things. You know? No, I like the primary colors. Sheep, exactly.
She's a fucking mess.
Let's chill out and fart together. I mean, so what? Like, yes, at one point when I started YouTube, you know, like I was talking a lot about and saying that BB never looked comfortable on camera because he didn't want to be on camera, ever.
And yet you forced him.
People are always like, oh, he didn't love you. He didn't love you. We were together 7 years, and I broke up with him.
It's going to be the battle of the beards. It's Jimmy versus Mr. Snowflake.
I broke up with him. So how did he escape? He would have never left. Never. But we grew apart. There was no, like, I fell out of love. That's plain and simple how it was. And, like, do I regret cheating? Yeah. And I've said that a million times. I live with guilt from that all the time. You know? No, I'm not raging, but thanks for the $5. So.
I can't wait for her to see part 2. 3, 4, 5. However many there are. She's going to be real mad at having to, like, face her history.
He didn't like to be on camera, but I would just.
Because, like, the early stuff was when Chantel was still, like, kind of, maybe not relatable, but, like, at least a little more likable. It's only downhill from here.
Just, like, you know, he would say, okay, like, you know, he would do it for me, but he didn't really like it. It was not comfortable. He didn't like it. Like, he only mostly showed the back of his head, you know? And, yeah, like, I don't know. Showing a clip of me saying, like, his TV is too loud. Yeah, it was. I'm trying to work and earn money for us, and he doesn't even have the decency to turn the volume down on his game or his video he's been watching for hours.
What was it? Was it Beast Stars that BB was watching at one point in time? You better work, BB. BB was watching. I remember there was one piece of content where BB was watching Beast Stars in the background. It was such a boring mukbang that we were all trying to like look over the back of Chantel's chair to figure out what he was watching. Needless to say, BB was working while Chantel was in the early years of her mukbanging career. So BB was also providing for the household. You selfish, self-centered individual.
Work and earn money for us, and he doesn't even have the decency to turn the volume down on his game or his video he's been watching for hours. So I have a right to be annoyed. Like, I'm trying to earn money on my video. Like, that would be like me going to his workplace and blaring.
And again, Chantel, you could have cut that out of your piece of content and chose not to. I'm not saying you should ever act that way towards a partner. Have those conversations about needs, wants, desires, relationships, connections, all of those healthy things. But maybe don't like record it and then not edit it out. And also maybe like treat your partner with respect and understand that like they do things, and you know your mukbanging channel ain't the be all end all.
So I have a right to be annoyed. Like, I'm trying to earn money on my video. Like, that would be like me going to his workplace and blaring TV so he can't concentrate. You know, like.
So why don't you just go and mukbang in the bedroom? Oh, wait, you did.
So stupid. Yeah, I have the right to defend myself, exactly. I know it's not worth it, but... yeah. So...
Yeah,
we
are an hour in and 25 minutes in. This does not bode well. I'm so sorry.
I was just very open, like very, very open about everything, you know? Imagine the time and effort Mr. Snowflake spent on his bullying and applied it to someone more productive. Like, seriously. He's like, oh, he's trying to be fair. He's sitting in a gray background trying to be a soft white underbelly. Like, get a life. You're listening to haters as your source of information. Please. And you got a lot wrong, by the way.
Nope. Don't take it to heart, Mr. Snowflake. It's okay.
Hi, Fiona.
It's okay. I'm sure a lot of people found it very entertaining. And insightful.
I don't get.
And many people might not know who Chantel is. And now they do.
It's so stupid. No matter how much you try to... no, I don't want him here defending me at all. Thank you. I don't get all the effort and time spent on something that's just like what? Like, I don't get it. Like, stuff.
Sam, and they were housemates.
That's happened so long ago. He does, yeah. Yeah, exactly, Lynn. Mr. Cardigan was so serious yet. Where's Kai's documentary about her as a child trafficker enabler? She has no personality, so no one's going to bother doing a documentary on her. But yes, they forgive someone who literally is in bed with a child, somebody with a legit sex offense.
Just so you know, like, no. No, absolutely not. Like I like to say, different realities. Like, it'd be great if there could be, like, no problematic behavior, period. If people weren't terrible, like, yep, all of that stuff. I'm fine. I'm really fine just sitting over here watching my stories. Right? That's it. Yeah, there's a whole heap of trash people who exist. And there are trash people on the internet. Yep, I'm here to watch one trash person. Well, at the moment, I guess, because, you know, main character. Voodoo, thank you for the super chat. Voodoo, 71k views on Mr. Snowflake's doc. Oh, nice. Rage on, Voodoo. She'll be mad tomorrow as well. Because she hasn't deleted this, which is really weird. Normally, back in the day, she would have gotten rid of this pretty much as soon as she was done. But she knows she needs the views. And she can say, oh, well, my husband provides and, you know, blah, 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 blah. She can say that all she wants. But this will be her most watched piece of content by the end of February. She might take it down today. She might not. Ooh, bug. Hello. She might take it down tomorrow. Who knows? But I don't think she'll take it down until she's milked it as much as possible.
Offender, no matter how you spin it. You know, that's the past. Yeah, but you're still with this person. If some things are unforgivable, like with her own words, and people always say, Karate Joe, you supported Karate Joe. And
no, C-Puff, it's still up.
I found out what he was like, and then he did not make another appearance in my chat. Prove it. Never. Not once. He was blocked that day. So no, I don't. The difference is this person is still in bed with this person. That's the difference. Yeah. Anyway, so much hypocrisy, so many lies, It's all BS.
She is on a mission, unicorn.
You can enjoy whatever you want. You guys can still try to beat up on somebody who doesn't even exist anymore if that's what you want to do with your entertainment. Salivating over. Imagine your only goal in life right now, your entertainment. You get popcorn for, you sit down in your PJs.
Ooh, popcorn. Speaking of, guess what, chat? I got, you know that ranch, like, flavor packet stuff? I got a tub of it. I got a tub. I got like, I think it's like 500 grams worth of ranch. You all have to understand, ranch isn't a flavor you can really get in Australia. It's like the Hunter Valley, is it Hunter Valley? Something. I think it's the same one that Amber gets, but I got some. I got a big, like, I got too much. There's too many sodiums. But I'm going to put it on popcorn, probably tomorrow. Segue, sorry.
Is to see someone rage. Like, what kind of life are you living? Like, don't come for me, because that's not what I'm into.
Hidden Valley, thank you, chat.
At all.
It's really
and that
good.
right there makes me a better person than all of those 5,000 people who just, again.
Sorry, I'll get to you in a minute. I mixed it in with some Greek yogurt, and I dipped in some cucumber sticks and, what else did I have? I had cucumber sticks and something else. I took big inspiration from Ambi.
Beat the dead horse over and over and over.
I think I had, like, beef jerky as well or something.
I saw a reaction channel who's supposed
Made a little snack plate. It was nice.
supposedly Muslim in there. Nice Muslim you are, gossiping and backbiting on another Muslim. Gotcha.
Oh, she's coming for Mo now. Watch out.
Don't ever come for my
Watch out, Mo.
morality, ever. I rejected free cheese, yeah. No, it's not all in my words, oh hell no. My story times, sure. But he did a lot of talking crap and using reference people who made up lies about me.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kathy, like Michael B. Sweaty. Please, are you gonna really? Oh yeah, and boozing, blackfacing. That's okay though, that was swept right under the rug. Shannon, modded once again by FFG, swept right under the rug. Everything is swept under the rug unless it's me.
It's really not though, hey. Like all of these things are what's the word I'm trying to think of? Auxiliary? Like to the peripheral. Like yeah, all of this terrible stuff is happening. Yep. Acknowledged. Yes, I'm here to watch my stories and have a laugh. No, thank you.
And a lot of Islamophobic people in your chat. I'm so jealous of your chat, Mr. Cardigan. Mary Ham, Islamophobic people, disgusting people in there. No thanks. You can
She's gonna say Islamophobic a lot over the next hour, just as a heads up.
stay over there. I would not trade my audience, 500 people. If I'm not on camera, sometimes less. I would rather have 50 than 5,000 disgusting people. So yeah, that's not my words at all. Michael B. Sweaty, you're going to take the moral high ground. When you were a hate channel. You were a proud hater. You've made fat-shamed Amber Lynn for years, saying her hands are disgusting and bloated. You said some vile things about her. What did she do to you? Fail on her diet? Get a life. No one's going to take moral lessons from you. So...
Just as a reminder, being on YouTube and, like, making content is not a moral practice. Like, as I consistently say, just learn what not to do. It's fine. Try to have a laugh, be nice to one another, be respectful. But like no one's out here saying like this is what we should be doing to be moral. Like your own morals and ethics will be derived from your own situations in your own life. Just try to be a good person, that's all. Mick, thank you very much for gifting a channel membership. Welcome back to Llama. Good to see you. Please make sure you thank the lovely Mick. Thank you, Mick.
Whatever.
Has she got a nickname for Pulpy? No, she's only acknowledged me a couple of times, and I'd rather she didn't. She thought I was British for a minute.
Thanks for the super chat. We were supporting each other, so whatever. The Muslim Raptor is a train wreck.
Oh, I think she mispronounced my name as Puppy. She once called me, like, Puppy Syntax or something. No, wait, was that Ambi? Was that where the ears came from? Oh, I'm forgetting my own law.
She literally sat for
Never mind.
4 hours on live trying to figure out if you had photoshopped your photo. Yeah, this is a Muslim devout
She does think I'm English.
Muslim person talking about my morality and my being Muslim and all these other things. Please. Hi Tracy, Monkey Mar.
Can't remember. It was one of them. You know, they're so hard to tell apart.
I've seen people in the chat say,
So says she.
I'm Muslim and I find Mariam offensive. You're not going to see people like that in my chat, that's for sure. The whole world can hate you as long as you strive to make God proud. None of the rest of us matters whether approve or not. Keep striving 100
Puppy Syntax.
K subs. Thank you. Thank you. And I can put on my community post where I messaged YouTube because I was concerned about my channel growing. And they were like, "Oh, don't worry about it. You know, it's not possible for someone to buy you subs. It's probably just if it's bots or something, YouTube will just clear them out." I checked Salah's bank statements because I was like, did you buy me subs?
Fucking, that's a weird statement to say.
No, he showed.
That means I think that's the evidence you can say showcases the fact that she's lying.
I checked Salah's bank statements because I was like, did you buy me subs?
Chantel's out here checking Poopy's bank statements. First of all, I think that's actually happening because she wants to know where the money's going, whether or not there's Poopy's buying something for someone else, maybe. But also, come on.
No.
That's weird.
He showed me. No. So, I don't know. Like, yeah, say a prayer for trolls to find
English bulldog syntax.
happiness in their life. And no, these are like
Woof woof.
legit people who believe just whatever these people say. Like, if you knew how Kathy was, like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Horrible person. They hate you like it affects their lives. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Hi, Lizzie. The mods are working hard today. Yeah. Karate Joe was a mod in my channel for a long time, and then one day he was doxxed, and it was found out that he was a sex offender, registered sex offender. And after that, he was blocked in my channel, and he completely disappeared. I've even had loyal beezers remember that. So how am I? Yes, like I supported him when he was a mod for a long time. I didn't know who he was. He was just a name in my chat, you know. I didn't know about his past, so you can't put that on me. That's not my fault. You know. Yeah, Katie, and he passed away too since that.
Hey Ruby, not too late.
Thanks, Lan.
Just an hour.
I'm glad to hear that. I wanted to try Wisconsin. All I knew, he was obsessed. He was really loyal. He was obsessed with Oreos and Big Mac sauce. So I don't know what else. You know, Laura. People only have these standards. I know, strive for change, and they're only revealing themselves to be just more disgusting because the things that
I mean, just as a point of reference in all of that Joe talk, which is ill, she did reference him as her internet husband.
they condone racism, Islamophobia, so much is just disgusting. Like, just because they have mutual hate for me, you know? My film director cousin said Snowflake's video was really bad quality. No, it's like, he's trying to...
Did you hear that, Mr. Snowflake? Someone's cousin who's a film director thought that your content was bad.
be like soft white underbelly or something with his stupid cardigan sweater.
Don't cry too much.
He was never back in my chat, ever back in my chat.
You did share phone numbers though. Phone numbers? WhatsApp. Whatever it was. Anyway, I'm not trying to play any kind of... I'm just doing the thing where we remember the actual things that were happening and said.
So yeah. How no, I wasn't racist. Oh, please. How was I racist?
I've got the list. Where's the list?
Oh my gosh. Vanessa. Friggin' people. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say, I guess. I just...
Morning, Sarah.
So many stupid... I don't care if no one believes... Who? The 5,000 haters that hate no matter what I do, don't believe I'm Muslim? I don't care what grounds you have to say I'm not Muslim. Who in the right mind has the right to say that somebody doesn't believe in something? That's ridiculous. You're a lost cause. I don't even have words for you. Seriously. What did I stumble into? Hi, Black's Chaos. Just a bunch of BS.
Chantel's mad.
Ordering you to the end of lives. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, Lynn.
Hi, Lucy. Good to see you.
I don't know, like, what your point... I don't know what the point is, but if you're gonna, like, use haters from Kiwi Farms, people who, have done worse to me, such as Kathy in my life, she used to put curses on people to try to kill them, okay? I could get
How are you friends with this person? Fuck!
my friend to testify to that, but there's no point. I'm not going to entertain any more of this
She's
crap.
talking about stealing boyfriends and curses and idolizing the Columbine shooters and all of this all of this. Fucking ew.
I know part 2 is just going to be all about Nat Turd, and it's going to be all about probably victim shaming, as if that, you know what, Mr. Cardigan, unless
That's one of her favorite phrases.
you're in an abusive relationship with an abusive narcissist, you can can it. And doo-doo, you can can it too, because you're going to act like we don't have video evidence of him smacking you around, you stupid idiot. Seriously.
So, Mr. Snowflake, can you give us a little, just a teaser what part 2 will be? What era it will cover? Because I know you said it was going to be 2 or 3 parts or 4. Who knows? But honestly, this barrel, there is no bottom. There's no bottom of this barrel.
Yeah. Seriously. Literal video evidence of him being abusive. Okay. You're going to say I was manipulative? He's the king of manipulators.
Foodie, fuck. Again, at least for me, it's not binary thinking, right? It's not like, old mate's terrible, so you're great. That's just not how this works. You both can be terrible for different reasons. But in all of this, in the old mate situation, let's say everybody was manipulative and I didn't like any of you. I didn't like any of you. No.
You're gonna say I was manipulative? He's the king of manipulators. The king of manipulators. Any
I wonder how Poopy feels to have his loving wife referencing all of this today and pretty much every week.
Narcissist abuser is, okay? And I fell in the trap, sure, whatever. But looking back now, oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Gizmo. Applebee's. Yeah, I'm in Kuwait. Only God is the ultimate judge. Exactly. Exactly. So, that, I would say, is BS 100%. Blacks, I have no idea. You know, oh, well, you should have kept the charges on him, or it didn't happen. Okay, go look up statistically how many abused women drop charges.
Chantel, just to put it into perspective for, again, anyone who wasn't here during that time, Chantel lay half cut to the wind on live stream saying, I wish I could drop... Wait, what was it? I wish I could drop the no contact. I think she said restraining, but she meant no contact. I wish I could drop the no contact but keep the charges because I really want to see him. All right, Foodie. Yeah.
Oh, well, you should have kept the charges on him, or it didn't happen. Okay, go look up...
Ooh, part 2 is Villa, Pete stuff, then... Old mate early stuff? Okay. Work, diva.
Statistically, how many abused women drop charges? Go look. When you have feelings for someone at the time, and they make you feel bad, did you hear anything he would say to me? Anything he said to me? No, you didn't. You never heard him trying to, you know, get in my good graces, or like try to say, oh, I love you, blah, 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 to try.
We heard you come on the internet and cry about it all the time. And we, the audience, were very sympathetic towards everything in the start because we said, Chantel, you don't know what you're getting in for. Chantel, you don't know this person. Chantel, why are you engaging with this person? Chantel, what do you mean on date 2 you smoked a meth pipe off the floor? Chantel, wake up, girl! We were all very sympathetic to it all. And then she decided to say, fuck y'all, haters! I'm gonna do what I want. And then she did what she wanted. And then there were consequences. Shocking.
You know what I mean? He was very manipulative, and going from having somebody like BB to that, what the heck? I had no experiences with people like this. Like, please.
I mean, you could have had, what, Nick and Frank?
Please.
Oh, how different the world would be.
And at the time, of course, I didn't want to believe what May said. You know, all I knew was...
This is really interesting, and I'm going to need some historian brains on this. So Chantel's going to tell us about some, like, the May scenario, and I would like you all to throw your mind back to the various ways she's told this story, because I think this catches out Foodie in a bit of a gotcha.
There was this woman who wanted to come down and see him, fly down to see him, spend all that money for what, his cooking? So I thought she had a crush on him. So many women were reaching out to him, and he said it was consensual. What did I know?
That was not Chantel's story. That Chantel never told the internet about anything being consensual. Chantel stood her ground on the internet and said, it never happened. Here's proof. He never went and saw this person. She's a liar. This never happened. I was with him all night. Here's the proof. Here's my WhatsApp messages. And then it was, coincidentally after another fight, she had said, oh no, I must have got the timeline wrong. It could have happened that he was away for a couple of hours. Maybe it happened then. And now it did happen. Old mate and May were together and it was consensual. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? She's changed that story at least 3 times, and this was like, as soon as I heard this while I was listening today, I stopped. I was like, I am either having an aneurysm or that is such a ridiculous contrast to the way she has told that story.
You know what I mean? How do I know? I wasn't there. Like, I went home. I don't even remember everything. Like, it's so dumb to try to blame me saying, oh, and people are saying that I brought him women. Who? Who did I bring? Who did I...
So fucked. That's so fucked.
I didn't even know he had all these women. I didn't even know he was cheating on me.
Because I haven't been keeping up with the May and Old Mate stuff. The last I knew, Old Mate had been called to court a couple of times, and it had been like consistently pushed back, and I don't know what the story is now. But if Chantel actually knew he was with her, or he wasn't with her at some point in time, like, she keeps changing the story, and I don't know whether or not, like, law enforcement might be interested to understand, like, what the fuck she knows about that, or not. She's an untrustworthy narrator. We've known that from the start. But the way that this individual tells stories, especially stories in the realms of, like, that level of, like, terrible, is wild. Was wild. Yeah.
I was in denial for so long. He lied to me about even being with Dee Dee the whole time. And then when I heard the Sam's Bar Lounge...
The Dee Dee stuff, he wasn't lying. Well, he did lie, but he was living with her at that point in time. And you were trying to gaslight the audience saying, oh no, you guys, it's a single bedroom, but they both live there. He doesn't sleep with her. They ain't fucking. And then come to find out that they indeed were fucking. And that you were the fool? You were their taxi. You drove them from city to city. You were their Uber. But they're not sleeping together, you guys. Okay, that's some willful ignorance there, I think.
Videos, I was like, okay, it's confirmed. I'm going to bat for you. I went to hell for this guy, and he was lying to me the whole time, and I was putting up with his abuse and everything. Goodbye. I'm whatever. Never. Slim, that's the dumbest question ever.
Not the pecan pie cracula. Zam.
People thinking I miss that loser. I'm like, do I ever talk about him? Do I ever?
You are literally talking about him now.
You know, never. I never even think about him, ever.
You are thinking about and talking about him right now.
Unless it's brought up by people like reaction channels who want to bring up that traumatic part of my life.
We didn't bring it up. You brought it up.
You know. I felt bad for Dee Dee, and a part of me does, honestly, because I know what he's like. But at this point, she doesn't even feel bad for herself. Like, she's just like, I think she's just like him, like in a lot of ways. I don't know. She's a strange one, I'll tell you. But I mean, you can go to bat for him all you want.
I think there's a whole heap of strange people in all of this.
He's not going to change, and he's not worth it. You have your mother there. He's a disgusting human being. You have to support him. I know, because I had to.
The one thing about the old mate era that I regret is not getting the tutorial on how to make a fun little bike out of an aluminium can. We never got it.
You're going to be miserable, and you're going to regret it one day. I know it.
Oh my god, DX, lovely to see you. Hi.
Her mother lived in a one-bedroom condo. Yeah.
She is changing that story, though, hey. It's weird.
Now, in retrospect, yeah, I don't know. I wasn't there, but the story's a lot more plausible.
Why did Foodie have to support him? Oh, you'll hear it in a minute.
Me, because when I reread over and over those messages, I was like, wait, you know? And then just the way he would lie about, like, how he just told so many lies. And my mistake was...
But ma'am, like 10 minutes ago, you said that it was consensual. What are you talking about? You seem very confused on all of this.
Leaving him, yep.
It's weird and gross and weird.
Hi, Allison.
Oh, thanks, Lottie. Appreciate it. Thank you. I thought so.
At the time, when I had feelings for that gremlin, I was... like,
even after all of the May stuff and after the Dee Dee stuff, she still said to old mate, hey, let's be business partners. Let's go to the botanical gardens. We'll get a visa.
Disillusioned. I didn't care about...
Let's make content together, bestie.
Anything. I didn't care about myself. I just wanted to be with him. And now that I have that veil taken off, I'm dealing with a lot of trauma. And I know you hate me, and I know you don't believe me, but I am. I deal with a lot of trauma about what happened.
Go to therapy. Stop dumping it on the internet. Fuck off.
So, well, it comes...
Sorry.
Salam, Rebecca.
I understand she's got a lot of trauma and a lot of stuff to work through, but none of us are professionals. We're here to laugh. Who said she's still processing?
If someone goes to lovingly put their hand on my face, I flinch. Like, you know?
Gothica, hello. Good to see you. Hope you're well.
And even Dee Dee, I feel bad for her.
That's an interesting thing as well, because we know that when Poopy and Foodie were together, he would often... Anyway.
Even Dee Dee.
Whatever. I'm not trying to gatekeep anyone's trauma in this. I'm just trying to, you know, actually make sure a story makes sense, and it doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense.
Because I don't think she deserves that. I don't think anyone deserves that.
We haven't seen a cheek pinch in a hot minute, hey. It's a shame. Well, it's not, actually.
So, but everything he did to her in that video, I don't like watching that video, because he did the same to me. The way his face turned, the way he snorted and growled. He started by flicking his cigarette at me. He burnt cigarettes on me.
No one deserves that. Go to therapy. Just a reminder that this is the individual who consistently drove back to this D-bag with no financial ties, with no family ties, with no, like... She wasn't reliant on him in any way. Shantel daily chose to drive down the long and dusty road and engage with Old Mate. And that's not taking anything away from Old Mate. Old Mate's a terrible monster. Shantel chose to consistently be in the presence of a terrible monster. Girl, get out. Get the fuck out, girl. My goodness. Moz, thank you for being here for 9 months, mate. Moz says, just coming in, thanks for accompanying me on my walk. Oh, no worries. I hope you had a great walk, mate.
Threw things at me.
Thanks for hanging out.
Punched me. Smacked me. Called me names. And the worst thing is, he blamed it. He would blame it on me for what he did. And I would be like, oh yeah, I must have done something. Oh yeah. Okay, he's not going to say sorry, so I'm just going to suck it up. Like, what kind of self-worth did I have? None.
None. You are legitimately working it out right now. Go and speak to a professional. The archivaries? Is it the archivaries?
All of the signs I ignored, I see them now.
Do you? A year and a bit later? No, 2 years later now. But a year and a bit into your marriage with Poopy?
Late at night, hiding the phone, talking on the phone with, like, oh my god, I don't even know how many. Keeping all of the disgusting videos of other women, because he would say that...
Why do you know that?
In case he wanted to use them to bribe them in the future.
Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. How would you, after finding out that someone who you were fucking, because I don't think they were in a relationship, how would you go back to someone who you were smoking meth with and fucking? How would you go back to them knowing that this is the type of behavior that person, outside of all of the aggression and abuse and like all of that stuff? This particular point to me is like, girl, how oblivious to your own well-being were you? Like, honestly.
Phone, talking on the phone with, like, oh my god, I don't even know how many. Keeping all of the disgusting videos of other women, because he would say that in case he wanted to use them to bribe them in the future. Ignored that. Why
would you ignore that? How would you ignore that? I mean, to be fair, Chantel was also the person who was like, yeah, he stabbed 2 people and he went to prison for 2 years minus a day. But also, he gave me a meth pipe one time and he resuscitated me with cocaine. So, or it might have been something else. GHD? Was it GHD? Not cocaine. No, it's meth into GBH. GBH. One of them. Red flag. Fucking parachute of red flags. Sarah.
I told him to delete them, but you can't tell him what to do. He's vile. And for people to sit there and think that I would ever want to go back to
losing control of my tongue.
To that, you don't know me and you're disgusting. That's
it. Was GHB? See, there's too many acronyms.
That's all I have to say.
Was it GHB?
Diva, when you said
Doohickey? I think it was.
Girl, I felt that. Keep healing, sending love and hugs. Thanks, Vamp Diva. I appreciate that. And I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that you had to go through that too. And a lot of women have gone through that. That, like, you would think that they would understand what you're going through, but they still shame.
Wait, which bit? Mr. Snowflake?
You know? Yeah, he has a lot of videos of me, and he'll keep them forever. Of course he will.
Count Cracula, I honestly think the visit to the STD or STI clinic was probably one of the more wholesome streams we enjoyed. Oh, I forget that she drove him to pick up the gonorrhea medication, and then like zoomed away. She was like, "See ya, sucker! You're at the pharmacy. You can't get home now." And then she went live to rage that she had throat gonorrhea, and then she questioned the chat whether or not she could get throat gonorrhea from a public toilet because she's not very bright.
I can only imagine what Dee Dee's living through. You can
Oh, GHD is the hair straightener. Right, got it. That's why I'm confused. Okay.
come online and you can act, put on a face all you want, try to save his reputation. I tried to do that too. You guys know I did. How many times did I try to come on there and say, well, he's really not that bad?
So many times, Chantel, but why are you mad at past you? It was you.
He's that bad. And then he's literally evil. Evil.
We know.
Personified.
He's terrible.
Yep.
Why did you want to work with him?
So...
Wait, the Botanical Gardens trip, that was after Cuba, right? So that was after the grey kitty cat.
You can pretend like it's wonderful in there, but even the few times that I was at her place, he was like running the place. He was horrible. I don't know how she lives like that. You guys know, I would literally spend like a day and then come home on the long road crying my eyes out. I can't imagine. I don't know how you can do it.
We know, we were there. That's what we were asking for like a year and a half. How are you doing this?
To say that I would ever go back to that and how it's, my story, and trying to invalidate my stories. And then Mr. Carter...
There is no invalidation here. This is just setting the record straight because Chantel doesn't seem to remember all of her shenanigans.
Again, says I just wanted sympathy when I would go over my breakup story with BB. Oh, really? So those those tears were just fake, I guess. And then play a part back to where I said, if we ever had to break up because he wants kids and I don't, then that will happen. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to be hurt that I had to break up with him. Like, what the heck? You're saying I don't have a right to feel hurt for breaking up with BB just because it had to
I don't think anyone was saying that.
Happen. And actually, we didn't break up because of anything child related. Like I said, he never brought up breaking up. I brought it up a few times. I wasn't happy. He was always ignoring me, gaming, watching TV.
Yeah, everybody had. I think a lot of people have assumed, and I will very happily say I've assumed. I very much assumed that Chantel was unhappy in the relationship. She said that things weren't great in the relationship, and then they hadn't been intimate in years, and things were communication wasn't good, and things were rocky. And Chantel definitely strikes me as the type of person to say, well, if you're not happy, why don't we break up? And BB was probably like, okay. That's what I think happened. Like, obviously, I'm not a fly in the wall. I don't know what was happening there. But Chantel strikes me as the type of person to manipulate quite heavily, and that would probably be one of the ways that she would do it.
It was just like...
Also, Chantel didn't break up with BB. BB broke up with Chantel.
It
was mutual.
He still does that as far as I know. So it hurt because it was like something familiar that I had to end for 7 years, but I wasn't happy anymore. I wasn't in love with him anymore. I wasn't happy.
We know.
I wasn't satisfied. So that's why I tell you, if I'm not satisfied in a relationship and I'm not happy, you're probably going to know. She must have left
Chantel unhappy? Never.
him to stay. Some of these people have no clue about domestic violence. Yeah, at the time I did have feelings for him. 100% I did. Yes, I did.
She wasn't satiated. Stop
They don't show their true colors at first.
Stop it.
And then even then, you kind of just ignore it. Like, look at that Risa Tisa. She's getting a lot of hate too for staying and believing the lies of this man she was with, this Legion guy, because they manipulate you. And
all right, chat. You're gonna have to catch me up. Who's Risa Tisa? Who's that?
It's so common for women and with a narcissist. Narcissists are like master manipulators. We know. And I don't know. Another thing I want to bring up is people like to quote when I said, I think it was in Cuba Rage, I'm going to manipulate
no idea who it is.
You and you're going to eat it up.
Oh, she does say that. She knows her own quotes. She knows her catchphrases. Put it on a t-shirt, girl.
Another thing I want to bring up is people like to quote when I said, I think it was in Cuba Rage, I'm going to manipulate you and you're going to eat it up. I was quoting a hater in chat. Somebody in chat.
Such a shame. I don't think anyone's got a recording of the chat.
Would always say, she's going to manipulate us because, whatever. So I would say that. I was quoting exactly what they said.
I don't think that was quoted directly, but sure, Jan.
And so that was that. I wanted to bring that up. I know I said that before, but...
I believe someone in her chat may have said, you're a manipulator, and Chantel may have read that drunkenly and said, you're right, I'm gonna manipulate the fuck out of you and you'll eat it up, or whatever the quote
I don't know how I would manipulate people. I
don't think it was a quote, though.
Was genuine about how I'm feeling, whether I was on a diet, not on a diet. I guess if you could count, if you at the time I would say, okay, let's start a health journey, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, those were my...
Oh, Toby says she's a woman who was in a relationship with a pathological liar. She made a TikTok series about it. Oh, okay.
True intentions at the time. I didn't have an intention
Thank you.
of turning and making people, using their emotions in that sense. You know what I mean? Yeah, having your son woke you up. Good, Vampy. I'm glad you're out of that. It's not easy. And people like to shame me because I didn't have kids. Most people stay for kids or they're financially dependent. No, there's an emotional bond there as well,
Chantel, you are she said it best in this live stream already, where she acknowledged the fact that she didn't have a lot of self-worth, but you, like, it belligerently, like, I don't know, I can't find the words.
Oh.
I'll find them in a minute.
Like, it's not only about that. Tracy, what do you mean? Is it okay, this quality? Met my husband now within a year. We lived together and I'm pregnant. Finally found someone. I'm so glad.
I want to say, like, self-unsafe, but those aren't the right words.
Croon's good. I think a lot of people...
Sabotage. Oh my god. Cyrus, you're right. Yes. Belligerent self-sabotage. That's what it was.
People have gone...
Because all she wanted to do was prove to the internet that she was wanted.
Through something where they're, you know, either used or abused or treated poorly in a relationship, you know, and we learn and move on. So if people take it so seriously, there's something wrong with them, not you. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Roach Queen. I love the sound of rain.
Well, Salvage is hateful.
Teardrop. The ads. I'll try to fix the settings. My ex got his own ways to manipulate me to stay because otherwise he would end his life and wanted to leave. Yeah, that's called unaliving baiting.
Cheers,
yeah.
hello, good to see you.
And bringing up something again, like when I was 15, or I was less than 15. How old was I? I was like a child, basically, with this whole like unaliving incident. Like I was mentally disturbed and not well. And so, I mean, why are people using traumatic events against me? Why are people reliving stupid things like that? Or
how is it using it against Foodie when it is legitimately just telling the history of Chantel's time on the internet?
Why are like...
Chantel decided to sit down and share a story time and share her history of being a teenager and of essentially faking an unaliving attempt. Okay. Do you not think that will make your audience think of you as in a particular way? Maybe.
Telling a story time from 20 years ago to try to say that I'm a bad person. Like, what? Like, my story times are just weird. They don't make me a bad person. Because the person didn't have
some of your story times kind of make you a bad person.
Plumbing and toilet paper, I'm a bad person? Oh, please. And then saying, well, they didn't want to be around you. They paid $150. They wanted to be around me. And the night was fine. They were feeding me alcohol. Yeah, Lynn. You were just so attracted to him physically, but over time. That's what he would do. He would use that like, against me, you know? Like, he would use, I don't want to say, but you know what I mean? Like, he was just vile in every way. I don't know. Everything was about him. Like, big, you know what I mean? Like...
Poopy should really be comforting Chantel in her moment of rage.
Oh, well, it comes along, Sue Ann.
Where's Poopy?
Or Sue Ann Ola. And stayed. Many people are guilty of this. Yeah, exactly. You stayed with crappy people. It happens. You know? They're using that to say that I deserved it or something. I don't know what their point is. My narc-ex used to literally watch me scream and cry, begging him to try to understand why he hurt me when he lied and cheated and just give me the silent treatment. Yeah, they do that. They do that. I've never had experience with a narcissist, but let me tell you, now I know. Now I know, and I have boundaries. And you can say, after what happened recently with the incident, that I don't. That's not true. You don't know the full dynamic.
Maybe Voodoo.
You don't know everything. Trust me, I got this. Not the same. Yeah, they just want to make money, exactly. But they're making money off of things that are lies and exploiting my trauma when they say that's all I do. Thanks, Lynn. The worst is when they blame the 40-year-old guy who obviously took advantage of you as a 16-year-old. Shannon said you were an unusual 16-year-old. Unusual. I think I was just turned 16, maybe even a little shy of that when I first met him. I romanticized that story because I didn't realize until people brought that up. Until people were saying, wow, she was abused by this man. And I never thought of it that way because...
Yeah, the way Chantel told that story was particularly like...
I thought... It was my fault, you know? I'm the one who went to his apartment. I'm the one who, you know, he initiated because he was, like, coming on to me and making gestures and things. And I was it precocious? Like, I was very mature in a lot of, like, you know what I mean? But even...
Paper clips. Thank you, Steffi.
And how mature can you be at 16? Like, you're right, the adult should know better. And I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong now, I see that. And he put me through a lot of disgusting things. You know, he would say things like, he would put on...
I'm just gonna say, and I, like... Understanding that, like, trauma has no time limit. I get all of that. I really wish Chantel had at some point in time taken her mental health seriously and actually engaged with professional assistance to work all of this stuff out, because it's really sad. That's the correct word for it. It's really sad the way that she talks about it now and the way that she was talking about it in her story time when she was first telling this story, because that kind of lives up there. And just... like how much time has kind of occurred between the actual story, her retelling of the story, and the story of the telling of the story now, and just how much like I don't know, how much help, is that the right word? How much kindness she could have shown herself in all of this by acknowledging it, working through it, like doing all of the things, instead of just kind of dropping it on the internet for the audience to kind of, like, what do we do with that?
Explicit videos and say, see, this is what a woman would do, but you don't want to do that, do you, Chantel? Like, he was really manipulative and, like, wanted to pressure me to do things I wasn't comfortable with as well. And I had a history of letting people like that take advantage of me because...
Count Cracula says, didn't she stalk some kids in her neighborhood and the father had to tell her to leave his kids alone? Yeah, weren't they twins? Twin brothers who lived across the road, or an older brother and a younger brother who lived across the road and played drums in their basement or something, and Chantel was trying to be their groupie? No, wait, Chantel was, like, a teenager and they were, like, young adults. And the dad said to Chantel so Chantel tried to convince, I think the story was, it was Shannon. Chantel wrote like a love note to one of the brothers, or to both of the brothers or something, to be like, oh, I want to be your groupie or whatever. And convinced Shannon to go and like drop the note over at the neighbor's house. And then Chantel got like confronted when she had gone to the door. Was it Shannon? I don't know. I can't remember the story for the life of me. And the dad basically said like, you need to stop this and leave my sons alone. Yeah. I think that's that story.
You know, I wanted that.
They were adults. She was a teenager, and she said, if I could get in their house and make them... Well, that's the Nick comment, which is adult. But anyway, no, there is definitely a story time of Chantel being infatuated with adult neighbors whose dad lived in the house. And then, yeah, I can't remember it, like, verbatim. That one's not up there, like, set in stone. But yeah, it was... big oh-no's territory when she was originally telling it. Raina, thank you for being here for 10 months. Raina says, love it here. Oh, thanks, mate. I hope you're having a great day.
I wanted that validation. Like, I feel like I wanted acceptance from these disgusting men, because that's how I would get it from them, you know?
They were twins? Okay.
Yeah. Just leave the password belongs.
Exactly. Oh, no, not at all. Not at all, Super Chat. 100%.
To do cookies and cream, you know?
100%. Like, all of the stuff that happened with the story that she's telling here, because I'm trying to remember it as well. There was, like, I think this was the instance where, like, this fucking gross 26-year-old was, like, also had a partner who was pregnant, and the partner tried to fight Chantel. I think this is this story. But, yeah.
So, the YouTube Underground. Oh, please, they're disgusting. Imagine wifing...
I think, like, with all of that being said, like, Chantel's been through some terrible stuff, and it's sad that she's never been able... Like, it's sad that she's found the outlet valve of the internet instead of professional assistance to help walk through it all. And, like, oh, God, so many weird fucking things. So many story times. So, like, remembering so many of those story times to be, like... uncomfortable, especially reflecting back on it, because I think some of those like when you're exposed to it, it's just like, oh fuck, like problematic situations like abound, you know. And then all of that mixed in with the number one rule with Chantel, so it's kind of terrible all the way down, you know. 47, thank you for being here, and thank you for gifting 5 channel memberships. Welcome or welcome back to Snarky Welsh. Alexis, hello. Frostbite, lovely to see you. And Callie, thank you all for being here. Please make sure you thank the lovely 47 for the gift. Thanks, mate. Good to see you. Happy Tuesday.
Up somebody who made fun of your kids. Like, really? Ew. You were a child, and anyone using that story for views is sick. Thanks, Lolo. These people act like you were the one obsessing and bullying them when it's them doing all... Yeah, I know. Yeah, you were.
Just as a note, like, talking about Chantel's past story times is not bullying. Like, part of the watching the stories is trying to remember, oh, she told this story like 5 years ago about this one instance. Trying to, like, remember.
Into your audience.
That's part of it now, because half of it's, you know, not on her channel, so people won't know to watch it.
No, I'm mean to audience members who would always come in and bully me and shame me for failing on a diet or doing whatever. Yeah, like, I'm not just gonna come up to you and be mean to you for no reason. Like, you don't know me in real life. I'm actually really nice and personable, and I've had a lot of friends. before I isolate myself. I had a lot of friends. People always thought I was funny. You know, I was always I get along with everybody. If you meet me, you know what I mean? Like, so.
I'm fine. You can keep to your reality. It's okay.
That's not true. I'm not an angel, and I wasn't. Like, now I'm doing a lot better. But.
Yeah, Claudia, hello. Lovely to meet you. I hope you're having a good day.
What was I mean without, like, being defensive? And no, it's not right to be mean back, but people just focus on the one side, you know? You should make a documentary about yourself. Yeah, really, I should. I wanted to write a story about it, like everything. I think it would be therapeutic for me because I come to a lot of realizations when I look back.
No, see a professional.
At things, you know? Yeah, they're horrible to their audience.
Chantel fully acknowledges that there's trauma in her past, and, like, we're not the ones. We're not the ones. We're not, like, no one's saying you can't talk about any of this stuff, destigmatize a lot of stuff, but when you're, like, no one can help with any of this. This is just, like, it's just shocking. And, like, for those of us who kind of experienced the old mate stuff, we were very used to, like, the daily shock. It was just like, oh god, she's gonna go live and she's gonna tell us something terrible again. And what do you do? What as an audience member, you can't do anything. You just have to kind of sit back and be like, well, this is shocking. But you also gotta, like, you know, if everything is terrible, your audience isn't gonna hang around. And that's kind of what happened.
New name loading. If anybody. I don't have a hate list of people. Do you miss your Kia? I like our new car a lot better. I'd be pissed every day if I was in your position. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, DX, I don't know who Chantel gets along with now.
So, people think that I'm such a liar. You're lied to every day by FF you know who. Like, the video of BBJ. Like, Hater Tater on Twitter posted a comparison. The same
She's over on the Twitter.
Carpet. She's trying to say that somebody sent her that video of BBJ. It's the same carpet. She has BBJ. And she's like, she likes this treat. The cat didn't even eat the treat. She licked it once and looked away. Whenever I used to feed BBJ treats, she would come, you saw her, she was a fiend. She would eat like 10 in a row. And as per the guidelines on the bag, because she's lightweight, she's allowed to have like 14 a day. So, get off it. You want to compare, you just made yourself look like a big liar. Thanks, Teardrop. I take the bullying well. Well, I mean, I address it a lot maybe, but I'm just trying to point out, like, you know, defend myself. My cat
Insufferable is the right word. Super chats, yes.
loves Temptations treats, yeah. Hello, Desert Rose. Thank you, Yusuf. Teardrop, yeah. Anyway. So that's my defense of it. I think it's just BS. I knew it would be BS, and I was like, let me just see, because people say he's fair, he's a good documentary person. He's just a glorified hater. That's all he is.
All right, Chantel.
Trying to be white soft, white under.
Chat, I'm so sorry. I have to leave Chantel as the babysitter for a minute. Is that okay with everyone? We're gonna be here. We're gonna be nice and tight on all of this for about 3 minutes. Don't hate me. Huggers, thank you so much for the super chat. Huggers says, my favorite moment is when somebody said, I'd be pissed every day if I was in your position, and Chantel could say nothing in response. Well, I mean, no one really, like, Chantel used to be able to turn it around and be like, oh, well, everyone's a hater because they're all just jealous that they can't just fart on the internet for money. And, I mean, I guess she can't really, she can't really throw that one back in everyone's face anymore, you know? So... Anyway, I'll be back in a minute. I need to do a thing. I'm doing a thing. Joanna, I'm sorry for the face. I'm doing a thing.
You know, like, please stop picking on the same two friggin' fat women on the internet. You don't like watching people stuff their face, then why are you making a 6-hour documentary about it, about my old story times? You know, you're gonna be talking next about my abuse story. Like, whatever. Like, get a life. Yeah. Yeah, I know, exactly, Teardrop. Just another clout chaser. Exactly. I'm gonna prove her subs are fake. Prove it! How? How are you gonna prove that? Because my channel grew so fast? It's even an enigma to me. I have no idea. But I did message YouTube about it because I was concerned. Because I'm not into buying subscribers. It's not, I don't want to do that. I know it's not right to do it. I know that it can get your channel taken down. So. Remember Roman would, oh, yeah. Crowd of seagulls that pick at you all day. Exactly. Exactly. How do I mentally handle it? I'm resilient. I don't place my self-worth in the words of other
Okay,
people.
I'm back.
You know?
I'm so sorry.
I'm coming on here to dispel some of the things that were said because it's just BS, and people take this as gospel. Like, this is like this is dangerous when people make documentaries that are supposed to be truth tellers.
I don't think you missed anything.
When all they do is tell lies, you know? The story time's true, yes, whatever. Those are my own words. Talking about my life, sure, but we all know that. What's the point? Trying to use that as character, like assassination, basically.
There we go.
Like, so what? I did weird things in my past when I was drinking and partying, and who doesn't do things like this? You know, like, I don't know. It was so long ago. I cheated on Pete's, and like, it was like, what, 17 years ago? I would never cheat on somebody now because I learned my lesson from it. My new subscriber, I know, Rachel, but I didn't buy subscribers, so they're coming from somewhere. And I've had a lot of new people introduce themselves. So either it's somebody, haters buying subs, or it's, and that's why I'm not really excited, because I still feel like it's too good to be true. So we're going to wait and see, because YouTube said if it's bots or it's something like that, they'll remove them. I made it clear. I said, it's not me. I wanted to know if it was possible. They said it's not possible, but I know people do buy subscribers. A documentary is meant to show balance and be impartial. Exactly. Exactly. It is, Lizzie. If you've ever been, I asked them about that. It depends on the situation, Patricia. That's what I'm saying. I might not even be able to get a plaque. Whatever. You know, it's not going to ruin my life. I never dwell on things. A Muslim woman named Mo. Oh yeah, nice Muslim. Okay. And these people, they backbite and they gossip about me, and they try to cause more drama and hate, and they're good Muslims. Sure, we'll see about that. It's a hate forum, fam, diva. So literally shaitan working through them to try and get to you. I know. Everything is a test. And it's never going to stop because, you know, like, it's just never going to stop. It's too lucrative. People are just too invested for some odd reason. I don't know. If that's what you want to do, fine. But if you're claiming to be fair and a good documentary maker, and you listen to the lies of somebody from
now I've lost my headphones.
My past from Kiwi Farms who has an agenda with no proof. Hi, Loner.
If it's not one thing,
again,
it's the other.
If I had someone on my panel doing blackface, that would be it.
Okay, sorry, chat. What did I miss? What did I miss? Is everyone good? Is everyone okay? I'll zoom out. Oh, sorry. Is everyone okay? She lost the plot? Fair.
I would be cancelled the 30th time, but people don't care about the person who did that.
Maggie, thank you so much for the super chat. Maggie says, quick, someone steal some takeout money. Babysitter, stop. Stop, not the $40 for KFC or whatever it was.
No, I'm probably going to do the Twitch stream after. Yeah, Lizzie, exactly. They say the R word, the N word. They make fun of autistic people, trans people. They have about probably 20,000 pages by now, just picking apart like everything about my body, everything.
Foodie's mad. Got it. Noted.
So, sitting for 4. What photo was photoshopped? I have never in my life ever had Photoshop. Never, 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 never.
Have you ever edited a photo?
Wallah, I swear, never. He gave me free advertising. Yeah, exactly. These people keep me relevant, I guess. But they're keeping a part of me relevant that is not me anymore. There's no point.
Also, I hope Foodie's new audience knows that she's totally okay with using slurs. Because she consistently does.
You know, it's so many years ago. You are not obliged to be the person that you were yesterday. It's just like, you know, these reaction channels who are so self-righteous and sanctimonious and say, I'm a changed person, so you're still making fun of me when I was an alcoholic, but I'm not anymore. Well, you're still ruminating over my past of things that I did in the past. Cuba rage. Get over it. I was drunk. You can use the same excuse. You were drunk when you hit your grandfather. Well, I was drunk when I did Cuba rage. Did I physically...
Man, messy mess. What a mess.
Abuse anybody? No. But you still sit there and use that for content.
Hi, Tabby.
So, yeah. Hey, Sarah Nasser. I'm a Sarah from Kuwait. Big fan of you. Would love to invite you to lunch someday. Avenues Mall. Sarah, are you the one who does makeup? Thank you. That's really nice of you.
She's mad at everyone today.
Say?
Well, specifically Mr. Snowflake, but also, you know, all of her haters are the same.
Try to reach out to me on somewhere, Instagram, TikTok, or something. They're dragging out skeletons and forcing you to relive stuff over and over. It's disgusting. Exactly. Exactly.
Well, that's true, Cold Brew.
The photo was edited to make you look skinnier. Sarah, do you do makeup on TikTok? Because if that's you, that would be so cool. Because I watch your TikToks. Makeup. If people hate on you, just ignore them. They're dumb and they're obsessed. Block and delete. Hi, Juan. Welcome to Very Important Bees. Ready to set bees. Anyway, so where were we? Julia's over it.
We're so close.
I want you to know how much I appreciate those of you who have always been around and don't take these people's word as gospel and know who I am. You know? You like the sound of the hookah?
I do not.
Oh, my leg. I want to do Twitch on camera sitting here, but...
Angelo is very loud.
Hi, Juan.
It's very loud.
Hi, Vanessa. Welcome, Juan. Thanks for being a beezer. We still stay...
Juan, you chose a weird time to join, mate.
Beezen, no matter what name I have. Hi, Angela. You can change your name, but you're the same person. How am I the same person? How?
You are the identical person you were 5 years ago. Sorry, not sorry.
When did I have any drop of alcohol? When did I do any of the things that I used to do? You know, like there's no comparison. You know, I don't dance around unclothed. Aaron! Thank you, Aaron! Shukran jazilan. Thanks, Lynn. Little Nitty. If anybody does manipulating of their audience, it's hater channels who use lies and use character assassination tactics to try to gain more hate, to perpetuate more hate, more useless twisting of things. You know what I mean? Like, please. Exactly, Applebee's. Since I put the hijab on, I've never shown, like, purposely.
Never shown what? Never shown what, though?
The classic. I haven't eaten at McDonald's. I'm boycotting it. People don't need to let go of your past and let you be at peace. The chapter is over and you are on a new chapter of your life. Thank you. Yeah.
On a new chapter about her life, still talking about old chapters in her life. Because other people are talking about old chapters in her life. Just stop talking about it.
Exactly.
It's fine. You don't need to acknowledge everything that's said about you, Chantel. You could choose to do that, but no.
Hate is useless. You are the same person. You continue to call people names. Where? Racist where? Hi, random things. Super chat, super chat. You just got a super chat. Love you, girl. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have I raged in defending myself? Yeah, sure. I'm trying not to.
This is not a good example of that.
I haven't called anybody names tonight, except for maybe the abuser, but sorry. I mean, not sorry. Same thing with Cuba Rage. I'm not sorry about anything I said about that person. Nope. Not after what I've been through that weekend before I went there. Sorry, not sorry. Does Mr. Roger Sweater give you automatic morals, apparently?
Sorry, not sorry.
Reactors and haters insult you all day, and then clutch their pearls if you respond. Yeah. Have you seen the disgusting things these people do on Twitter? I've seen a few. And then they have the...
Shout out to Twitter. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Art, good to see you. Thanks for being here for 11 months. Art says she was hateful then and hateful now and always. Yeah, she's the exact same person. She's not learned. She's not grown. She's not worked on herself.
Nerve to try to take the moral high ground against myself and Amber Lane and whoever else.
Right. I
don't get it. I don't. The only thing is, yeah, they want this reaction, you know?
Honestly, I mean, whatever, diva.
La vie! Salut! Salut, ça va? Marhaba, ahlan wa sahlan. So, there's no comparison. Like, the amount of people who have gone real life, like, it's disgusting. Have come from my family. People have done so much worse than I've ever done in self.
I hate fucking at DD's, but oh no, wait, isn't that the alarm?
Defense of myself.
We were
ever. You know, yeah, my story times are a bit weird and messed up, but I didn't hurt anybody. I mean, and if I did, I made amends with those people directly. You know what I did to Pete's.
I don't think you've made amends there.
That was a problem again in our relationship and with myself. I wasn't happy.
What about the debt?
And I couldn't bring myself.
What about the Canadian Revenue Agency?
To hurt him and say it. So yes, of course, I hurt him and...
What about Rena? I hope Rena's happy.
Another way, which is dumb. But those are things that happened 17 years ago. Are you the same person you were 17 years ago?
No. No, I'm not.
Some creep doxed your father on Twitter. It's crazy. He isn't even a part of... Exactly. Exactly. And I'm the doxer. Okay. Right. Yeah, I mean, sure.
That is the alarm. Wait, is everything okay, chat?
Some of my story times were funny, whatever, you know? Desert Rose, don't forget there are still and will always be those of us who love you and are here for you. Your past is your past, period. You are strong. Thank you, Desert Rose. I like that you can like the super chats now. Thank you.
Oh, can you? Wait, you can. There's a little heart. Oh, fun.
Yeah, right, Teardrop.
Yeah.
You don't owe these.
Huggers, thank you for the super chat. Huggers says, noted for Miriam's new Muslim audience, she is not sorry about saying an Egyptian did not deserve to breathe the air of Canada, and instead she would be severely punished by Egypt's president. Yeah, also just a note for everyone in case you missed the old mate situation. Again, me calling out Chantel's shitty behaviour is not in defence of old mate. We're very clear about all of that. He's a terrible monster who should be locked away. Chantel called old mate who is Nada, by the way, said that he looked like a camel sick with AIDS. So just as a note on like where Chantel's line in the sand when it comes to like insulting people is, yeah, that's not the line. It's over that line. Yeah, Chantel said that old mate looked like a camel sick with AIDS. So again, modest Miriam, just, you know, being... I don't know why everyone has an issue with her, personally. Like, how could you?
People explanations. You're right, parasocial. Leave the family out. Oh, yeah. But they don't. They don't.
Exactly, Cyrus. More than one person can do bad things. It's not team anyone. It's team none of them.
Being drunk isn't an excuse for anybody. It's not an excuse, but it definitely brings out the worst of you, for sure. And I haven't had any alcohol since those bad times. I don't drink. I never will again. You should tell your story. Be one to profit off of it instead of reactors.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked, Cyrus. Yep. Booper Snoot, great name. Thank you for joining the channel as a member, mate. I appreciate it. Welcome to Popstar. Everyone say hi.
Yeah, Leslie, it's just that at the time...
I'm team do better. Yeah, it's a good team to be part of, Lottie.
Especially when I was going through the abuse. I would come on live and cry and scream and, you know, block it out with drugs and tell you everything that happened. And at the time, you guys believed me because you were telling me to leave. You hated me for staying, you know? And now it's like, because it can be weaponized against me. Morocco greeting. Hello, marhaba. Kifik. I'm sorry, but I'm sick of seeing all your past videos over and over again. I know, that's the thing. Like, it's so past. It's so... I know people think I'm just... It's like they think I'm still that person. I'm still Foodie, and I'm going to go back to that. And it's not going to happen.
I don't think she's going to go back to that, but she is the same person.
I assure you, I'm really liking the person I'm on the road to be. I still have to deal with a lot of issues, you know? Like, of course I do, but still, that doesn't, like again, having an eating disorder...
Like, just because you say you've changed doesn't mean you've changed. Show us that you've changed. And if you want to show us that you've changed, stop raging out at everyone who has an opinion or a criticism of you on the internet. Go be the main character. Go and do your thing.
Eating a tray of meatballs doesn't make me a bad person, okay? Like,
no one cares. But again, if you're going to sit here and say, whoopsie daisy, type 2 diabetes is not being managed, by the way, carbs, num, 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 there's probably going to be some health-minded people out there, or people who are just watching you for the sake of entertainment, who have got some queries, conundrums, and questions when it comes to how serious you're taking your health, because you're not, and that's not rude to say, it's just the obvious.
Having a disease is not reflective on who you are as a person. And it's clear that these people they really just see somebody as just stuffing their face. They don't really care about what you're going through psychologically or, you know, what...
Chantel, if you're going through this stuff psychologically, take yourself seriously, go and speak to a professional. But you won't, you'll just cry about it, blame your ED. I'm not even sure if you were talking about it as an ED anymore. Blaming your relationship with food for the reason that you have to mukbang on the internet for $1. Okay, well, that's all very convenient for you, eternal victim.
Whatever, I don't know.
How about you do this? Get a better relationship with food by taking it offline so that your money isn't tied up with the calories you intake. Fucking rocket science over here.
Sorry, somebody messaged me. Drunk words are sober thoughts. Yeah, and at the time I was on a Cuba Rage, I had a lot of hates in my heart. I was black inside. You know, you go through a year of being manipulated and abused and cheated.
Indy, welcome back. Hello, good to see you.
Cheated on and everything else, and you see how when you drink, how that comes out. I'm just saying. For your next iced mocha.
You can also be like a responsible person and not live stream drunk. That might be an option for you as well. Or not have.
Yes! Let's go, babe. Thank you, Starry Sky. Hello, Charles. Please stand by. Yes, yeah. I mean, right? Like, I was so in a dark place. Badly. And there were people, I know I said some mean things to people in the audience, but there were a lot of trolls that were there instigating and that were there trying to get me to rage and pushing, and they knew I was in a vulnerable state, and they were saying mean things. So, yeah, exactly. Please stand by. Toast.
And it's all their fault and not mine.
Space.
They made me say those things. Throdian, good to see you, mate. Thanks for being here for 33 months. Throdian says, oh, hey, another month here. Take care, everyone. Lovely to see you, mate. Hope you have a good Tuesday.
Really chair vibe and a cat, yes. Thanks, Yalael. Yeah, exactly, Desert Rose. I mean...
But they did this, but they said that, but this person was being mean.
I'm not, like, looking for sympathy, but...
But.
It's sympathy and understanding are different, right? Hi, Rose. Open chat, yes. How are you? Thank you, David's Cafe. I appreciate that.
Morgan, are you talking about the shisha?
I seriously can't tell you where the subscribers have come from. Honestly, I don't know if they're real or not.
Sub.
I know that we didn't buy anything. I even emailed YouTube, like I said. So if they're not real, they should be getting rid of them. I don't know.
Shady practices. Shenanigans.
No, Chandra, he didn't. Doesn't want to see anything. He's like, I already know about your past, so what? Vanna, yeah. It's like over that now. It's like 100 and something. I was like, what the heck? I'm like weirded out. Like, I'm definitely weirded out. Thanks, Teardrop. Thanks, Miss No Madness.
She's trying to convince the audience that someone out here is running some type of scam paying for subs for her channel. Paranoia, mama.
Trading likes? What?
Because you were in another content creator's chat basically saying, oh, you guys, here's some money. By the way, I'm only 800 people away from 100,000.
All of my videos have more
Sub me up, everyone who doesn't know me, and then people subbed her up. And that's a choice.
Likes and likes, so that's not true. Like, and subs don't buy you, they don't get you views. So if you're going to buy anything, would it make sense to buy views instead of subs? Like, I don't know.
Not if you're so desperate for your achievement being 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, which we know you are. You can just be honest.
Bank statement for what?
that Trixie Maria Pondu, Lottie.
I'm smoking shisha, which she's over there doesn't even, like, it evaporates. It's gone once you smoke it.
Evaporates? That's a fun word. Like endocrinologist.
Smoke in there.
Indoctrinologist, sorry. That was too close to the real world.
If you walk in here, you don't smell anything, so it's not the same. But you know who smokes around their pets? Chain smokes? Yes, yours truly. The ones you worship without even questioning. Thanks, Croons.
Just for a note, anyone who didn't know Shantel before Kuwait, she also smoked basically sitting next to her two past pets, BBJ and Sam, without cracking a window. There's stains on those walls, hey.
Burner chat all morning, she has nothing else. Pathetic. That's a disgusting person because I've heard them say before. They're so...
That cat is like 2 feet away from the shisha.
Ignorant and uncultured, and they have the most...
That's terrible. Also, by the way, Julia, have you been vaccinated and or spayed today? Probably not.
Say about everything. Did you hear? I heard like a clip of what's her face, Miss like sleeping with a sex offender, say that I'm talking a lot about airplanes lately. Okay, airplane crashes, and really just went off about the keffiyeh, how it's like I would never have the guts to wear that in Canada. Are you kidding? I'll wear that proud anywhere in the world. I'm not afraid.
God.
And those comments, people don't realize how Islamophobic that is. You're just assuming because I like to watch Mayday videos that I'm going to be an unaliving bomber or something. Like, oh my...
What the fuck?
God. Ugh. Ignorance is hard to navigate. I can't deal with it.
The level of, like... Ugh. I need a lozenge. Pardon me.
Hi, Miss Linda. Chandra, I haven't even looked into that yet. Represent our people. They really know nothing. They really know nothing.
Ooh, this is watermelon.
First of all, those people are Islamic extremists. Most Muslims are very peaceful people, okay? They're not part of jihad. And there's extremist Christians. There's so many of them.
How did we get here? How did we get to this talking point?
Nobody says anything about that.
Foodie,
So please, it's so Islamophobic. I know. I like to watch cartel videos. Oh, I can't. I don't watch them. I listen about them. I like the history part, but then I skip out when it gets to like the gore. I don't watch that. Camel content. Oh, thank you, Eldritch. I love camel. Yeah.
3 hours, Mr. Snowflake?
Yeah, they're so cute.
Well, this one was 2 hours, and there was a 3-hour one before this, right?
Yeah, none of them have an original thought. They're just incredibly ignorant. Yeah, foodie cutie.
Everybody's incredibly ignorant. Okay, thank you so much for that take, Chantel. You can shut it. No, that's all right, Haz. You look after yourself. Happy Tuesday.
Yeah. Really? Please stand by? So. No Applebee's, really? Well, good for that then, I guess. I think you and Kinsella should go on a couple's vacation and enjoy your time. Yeah, we plan to soon. Yeah, exactly. There's just corruption all around.
She is just hitting all the bases in this conversation. Indy, thank you for being here for 21 months. Indy says, love to Zach in this community. Love right back, mate. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Miss Linda. Did it hurt when the camel kicked? It hurt a little, not much. I think it was more of a shock. It's like I've never been kicked by a camel. What don't you like about YouTube? I think that YouTube should stop platforming bullies and hate channels, and get their they're just, I don't know. Yeah.
I understand that some channels who react to Foodie, and this is not in defense of anyone, you know me, just over here watching my stories, I'm team do better. It is weird though, because I understand that some channels who have reacted to Foodie in the past have been demonetized. I'm not sure if there are any channels that have been entirely yeeted off the platform, but Chantel's channel was yeeted off the platform for a month. Interesting. Anyway.
Ew, Applebee's. I can't stand the evil in the world. Okay, Vampdiva, thanks for being here. A whole giant. You have what they want. A whole.
Sorry, chat. I do crunch my lozenges. It's really tasty.
Giant tin of beans. I should make some beans right now. That's true. You can't get.
What is it? Midnight in Kuwait at this time? Yeah, sure. Let's cook beans.
A giant can there.
Hey, Jehu.
Really, Tracy? Oh no. Shoot. Yeah, I agree.
Bye, Toby. Have a good one.
You know.
C-Puff, that's the question. Where is Poopy?
Anyway. Kenzie, because our relationship is a lot more than what just happened, you know? And as somebody who has cheated in the past, I understand a little bit, and I evaluated our relationship on a lot more than just that, you know, so.
Your desperation, is that how you evaluated the relationship? I will forgive everything. And again, this is not in defense of anyone, but Chantel has forgiven a lot of stuff in her past relationships. So it makes sense that she would forgive, you know, infidelity.
Hump day.
From Poopy. Digitally. And teabagging Jesus.
Camel. Oh, yeah. Anyway.
Oh, Venus, thanks. Chat. There's lots of you here. Hi, I hope you're having a great day. I apologize, my voice is going. But if you'd like to hit the like button while you're here, that'd be great. If you don't want to, totally get it. But good to see you.
So, I don't know what else to say. I think that whole thing is just ridiculous. That's my 2 cents. My 2 dinars.
Oh, really, Joanna? Interesting.
The same 5,000 haters get super excited about a new person that comes out and beats the dead horse again with the same crap. The same things. You know?
It's just, I think it's good. Like, those documentaries certainly serve a purpose. And I remember saying a while ago that there's not really anything updated after, like, Canadian Horror Story. And there have been some attempts, I guess, at putting timelines together. But I think the amount of work and effort that goes into collecting clips, putting timelines together, writing a script, like, actually editing, putting everything together, it's quite an ask. If you think about it, like, clip show channels, compilation channels do a really good job keeping up to date. Reaction channels, you can do it live streams, you can do it as, like, noted talking points in a recorded video, however you want to do it. You can, but actually, like, getting the full timeline together is a mammoth undertaking because there's a lot of content and it's not an easy thing to put together. So I forgot my point, but she was saying something.
It's the dead horse again with the same crap.
Oh, that's right, the same stuff. So there are always going to be, the thing with YouTube is there's always going to be people who watch this content for the first time, who are in this chat for the first time, who might be lurkers, shout out to the lurkers, who might be watching Foodie for the last time raw or through a different reaction channel or through compilations or clip shows, or, you know, some people might find compilations or reactions of stuff from 4 years ago, and it's a bit of a hard ask to be able to, like, sit down and be like, right, what is the story of this infamous person on the internet? Because so much of her direct content is pretty much gone. I mean, even if Chantel's channel were entirely, like, gone, there would still be people in a year, 2 years, 3 years finding this kind of gurney and watching it from go to woe. And so those documentaries or chronicles, I guess, are useful for when you find someone or something, a content creator, interesting on the internet, and be like, what's her deal though?
The same things, you know. I don't think that any of it is relevant,
Morning,
like, at
Birdie.
all. Like, honestly. No, I'm not gonna watch part 2 at all. I know I said
Did you watch part 1?
I wouldn't watch this one, but now I definitely have confirmation it's just a load of crap.
Oh, so you lied. You did watch this one.
Because it's BS, a lot of it. And, you know, it's not credible at all. You're gonna use, like, haters as sources of information and say I'm a bad person because I ate cheese while talking about a ridiculous cult. Please. Where people died. Whatever.
I mean, I think you're an insensitive person because of the way that you created that content, but that's my opinion.
Give me a break, dude. Like, so anyone who talks about true crime is insensitive.
No, just you and the way that you spoke about it while stuffing your face with cheese wearing an ugly Party City wig.
Right? Doing your makeup while talking about true crime is different than eating cheese. Like, I don't know what. You know, okay, I'm going to use this color of eyeshadow and then talk about horrific crimes. But millions of people love that Bailey person. So.
Oh, she's coming for Bailey. Is it Bailey Sarin? Sarin?
Where's, like, what? Like, please, give me a break. Whether it's cheese or eyeshadow blending, you're allowed to talk about things that happened.
Yeah, you are, but if you don't do it with an element of respect and decorum and dignity, then you are going to have people in the audience saying, maybe you shouldn't have laughed at that stuff, or maybe it's in bad taste that you said this or did this. And that's kind of what the audience figured.
And I'm sorry, but that cult, it was ridiculous. I don't know. Some of them were a lot, like, in my eyes, a lot more tragic, like, and sad. Like the Jonestown massacre. That was a lot more somber than this weird other cult that I was discussing, you know?
I'm going to say both situations were pretty rough.
Where they all wore the same Nikes and, I don't know. I wasn't laughing. I was telling it very, you know, matter-of-factly, and I even had it in my mind. Be respectful.
You might want to rewatch and revisit your content.
You know?
That's not how you did that.
Yeah, all news reporters, yeah. They're fine to talk about it, but if they were eating something, I guess that makes a difference. Talk about current time what? My life is so, like...
boring, dull, terrible.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's there to talk about. Like, whatever. I don't care. No, I don't care. I don't care. I don't find him credible. I find him just to be a glorified hater, and I don't really give a crap what he thinks about me. Luckily, I don't put my self-worth in what Mr. Cardigan thinks about me. Yeah, Heaven's Gate cult. The purpose was to mass unalive so that they could ascend into another realm. And they all wore matching Nikes, which was weird. I don't know.
Yeah, great. And that's that's a really good example of why maybe telling true crime stories is not for you, because you're not knowledgeable, you're not careful, you're not respectful, you say shit like that. I know, they wanted to unalive themselves and go up in a spaceship, and they all wore like the same Nikes, and it was weird. I don't know. Like the disregard, I suppose, to storytelling is pretty apt. So why would you even talk about it? Oh, but I find it so interesting. Do you? Because you don't sound like you fucking know anything.
Thanks, Miss No Life Madness. Look how many people you have in here. You were hardly hitting 3. Yeah, because that's the thing. People think that it's hard to get numbers. When you talk about drama, especially if you're going to hate on me, you're going to get numbers. You're not going to get numbers if you're talking about your boring self, though, right?
See Foodie's vlogs.
That's how it is, I'm telling you. Hi, Creepy Comfort. Hi, Lady Lugosi. It's grapes and mint. We're talking about cults. The Heaven's Gate one, do you remember that? Yeah, me and Lizzie were saying earlier that even Bailey, I watch her sometimes, but why are you and Amberlynn singled out? Hate mob.
These people must be new.
That's where the term drinking the Kool-Aid came. Yeah, it is, yeah. Because they drink knockoff Kool-Aid. Hi, Reese's boy!
I don't think it was the fact that it was knockoff. I think it was because it had poison in it.
The pumped up kicks thing, again. So old. Like, how many times do you have to berate me
So old! Not that old!
for that? Seriously. I'm pretty sure I apologize for being tasteless about it, but...
No, you didn't.
People
you were defending your actions because you are in the right and you can never be corrected.
Twisted that again and made it into something it wasn't.
Twisted how, ma'am?
I was drunk and stupid, as usual. But I was very affected by the shootings, the amount of shootings, and then to hear that a school is shot up, and then to listen to Pumped Up Kicks, which
You said to Americans, please send me your children, I'll look after them better than you. I understand there are people out there who don't have access to resources. This is kind of sort of verbatim. Access to resources. So let me care for your children. That's what you said. You basically said you said a lot. And it wasn't all just about the badly untasteful, disrespectful way in which you were drunkenly shooting finger guns at the camera while listening to Pumped Up Kicks. It was also telling America that this song was their new national anthem because of a horrendous tragedy that had just unfolded, like, under 24 hours beforehand. No, Chantel, but you're the victim in all of this. Yes. Sorry, chat, got distracted. Havisham, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Havisham says, you'd think with her first-hand experience with delusion, she'd be more sympathetic to people. Tasteless is right. Tasteless. Fully tasteless. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for the support, lovely. Hope you're having a good Tuesday.
You're getting mad at me. That's literally a song made by the band in regards to satire about the problem with shootings in America. And that's what I was talking about. I wasn't making fun of the kids dying. Actually, I remember bawling my eyes out for them. I was drunk and stupid? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, maybe you should have turned off the live stream.
But I was never making fun of them being deceased. Again, that's something that gets twisted to try to villainize me. And that's people will forever hate me over that. That's something that happened so long ago. Like, I would never do that today. Never.
It wasn't that long ago.
Rose. She'll see it and cry.
Hey, Milk Tea, lovely to see you. I hope you're well. Have you seen this yet? It's wild.
Well, Taz, because I was, again, very drunk, and because also I felt like I like that song because it was exactly...
Yeah, yep, says, she said poor single mothers don't care about their children because they can't afford to. Yep, that's the reference, yeah. Again, just in case anyone was confused about Chantel being a good person, that not so much.
The point I wanted to make, you know? And yeah. Well, being drunk and stupid is an excuse. A lot of people do stupid things. I'm not going to relive something that happened years ago. Sorry, I'm not going to. So you can stay mad about that all you want. The fact is I wasn't making fun of deceased children like people like to accuse me of. I was making fun of, not making fun, but partaking in like the song satire about the problem with gun issue in the US. So
yeah, maybe something to have a conversation. Well, you know what? Maybe not, because you're not even from there. But so I'd recommend not. But if you were going to have a conversation about that all, maybe do it sober and not drunk on a live stream. You made a choice.
Oh, you've seen? Really? Creepy? Yeah. I guess, whatever. People are going to feel that way, you know? But a lot of people love her, too. Yeah, well.
I don't think she understands what satire is either.
Oh, she does get criticized sometimes? Yeah, well, what can I say?
No one's free of criticism? You could say that.
Yeah, I know, Desert Rose, exactly. That's my point. It's things from, like, the past, you know? Like, I don't know. Yeah, hating and nitpicking is a hobby. It's the nitpicking for me. Sorry, I'm crave a cigarette, Neve. Purple Panic, hello.
Craving another lozenge. Sorry, chat.
So,
ooh,
I don't know what to say about that.
That's what that spiky
it's just
feeling
stupid,
is.
and it's, again, just over and over the same
nice.
things. Like, yeah. Hi, Tammy.
Sorry, this is a purple lozenge mukbang.
You two have been singled out because people love to hate. It's drama. It's easier to get a group of people together to judge and hate versus being kind. I guess so. Yeah, Tammy, you're right. Thanks for listening. So, I'm outrageous sometimes. I know. There's nothing you could ever say, Chantal. Exactly. I know, it's true. That's, you know, apparent every time I address things. So. Oh, Desert Rose, I don't see it at all. The boat restaurants. Oh, yeah. No, I haven't gone yet. I know about it.
We're gonna go on a boat? Have fun.
Yeah, there's also a train restaurant, too. So. Anyways.
Look, I don't think she could say it enough.
An hour and a half. I like the term turkey teeth. It's like a huge thing
Once
right
or
now.
twice, Lenny.
But people are having, she says your sister hates you. Yeah, she's talking out of her friggin' you-know-what.
Mr. Snowflake says, I bought a new folder to fit all the foodie info in. You have a folder?
Me and my sister are very close.
We're gonna need to upgrade that one, Mr. Snowflake. You're gonna need a full filing cabinet.
Knows any relationship I have with my family. Yeah, I know, Teardrop, exactly. So I'm just going to accept that these same stupid 5,000 people are going to hate me and bring up the same stuff from years ago. And, hi, baby girl!
You mean speaking on your history and character? Yes.
Oh.
Yes, that's what we'll
do. And that's fine. Literally stay mad at things that are just not true.
Stay mad.
Or just in the past. That's it. I don't care.
Right. Whatever. So even if it all happened exactly kind of sort of verbatim as we remember it, it happened in the past. So it's not the real her. It's not her anymore.
Make your own series. I don't want to talk about my past. That's the problem. I don't want to relive it.
You bought stickers and marker pens? Ooh.
I mean,
Watch out, Amy's gonna get jealous.
talked about the things
You know her in the colouring in.
to my past at the time.
You should put a colouring in page in the folder, just as a little Easter egg.
I did story times, I did all this and that, and yes, I delete things because I don't want them on my channel anymore. If it's negative, if it's something, mostly anything.
Just as a note, Chantel, just because it's not on your channel doesn't mean it didn't happen. We all watch it, like, kind of, sort of, vicariously through your channel. It's you, ma'am. You.
Pre-hijabi, you know? And so yes, I do find it disrespectful that people use a lot of my content from pre-hijabi days, especially showing my body.
Gurnal management.
But they're not going to stop because
Not the gurnals.
they know it's disrespectful and they like to do it. That's fine. I can't erase the internet. I don't intend to. I don't care. My husband knows who I was before he married me. Everybody knows here what my past is like. I don't care. I'm not trying to escape it, but I am.
Which really does call into question just what Foodie's entire, Poopy's entire situation type of deal was in all of this. Because, like, who would want to engage with Foodie's nonsense, you know?
Trying to change, and
Her past, specifically. Past nonsense.
that should be reflected on my channel. That's my belief, and I have a right to hide content that I don't deem fit to my current content anymore. So that's it. I never asked people for 800 subs. I said, sub for sub, that
You said, I'm 800 away from 100,000.
I said that I had 800 left.
Yes.
We were talking about that.
Yes, and you gave a super chat.
Big deal. So what? So what? I'm going to be villainized now for that? Trying to support other channels and have them support me, a newer audience, instead of the vile haters all the time? Wah, go cry about it. I don't care.
I would love to know how those new people feel right now.
Thanks for the money.
I hope those new people were watching this as their first piece of content directly from Chantel. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be shocking?
You're embarrassed for this grown man. Imagine a grown man sitting there,
Oh, watch out. She's on one again.
like, talking about the same two overweight women online. Oh, no, sorry. He only
And like 8 other spectacles on the internet.
picks on overweight women. Jen, Amberlynn, me.
Nikocado, Eugenia Cooney, what was that guy? Boogie. Boogie? And others.
Just another one of those.
Also, I don't understand why she's so mad because Mr. Snowflake's already made content about her. I don't understand.
So, yeah. I'm a rare species. Yeah, I know, Teardrop. So interesting, I guess. Oh, well. Thank you for the relevance, I guess.
Spectacles on the internet.
I mean, who knows? Maybe people are subbing because so many people. Yeah, hungry fat chick. Why it's so interesting for people to be discussed when they have eating disorders and issues. It's obvious. We know that stuffing our face is not healthy. We don't
We're back on this, huh? I thought we weren't. I thought.
do it because we love being super fat. Like, you know, like I'm just tired of people beating up over the same overweight people over and over, like used as a hate tactic. It's just ridiculous.
Well, Chantel, I don't really talk too much about your relationship with food as much anymore. Not since you came out with the diabetes diagnosis. Well, actually, not really since you spoke about all of the bodily organs trying to yeet themselves out of the internal cavity. And that's fine, because you're not talking about your relationship with food either. You're just sitting there, like, making sex noises over meatballs.
And then justified by little nuances.
And to be fair, like, more often we're talking about you being a not great person, which has nothing to do with your intake of food. They are separate things.
In our past, of things that we did in our past that we're horrible people. So, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And it is ridiculous I defend myself at all. I don't know why I bother.
Yeah, you spent like 2 hours doing this, dude.
But look at Amberlynn. She never defends herself, and she still... People just believe all the crap, you know? I feel like, I don't know, pointing out the hypocrisy once in a while. I don't know.
She wants to fight.
No, 50 Shades of Beige. How is my attitude worse than any of the haters discussing me? Where?
We've just been talking about pumped up kicks and Cuba rage and all of that stuff.
They pick on... If they don't pick on overweight, how do reaction channels every day make fun of my weight?
I don't.
Make fun of my body. She photoshopped her
I don't.
body. Her hands are trotters. Are you really that daft? Or blind? Which one? Sorry.
Again, you can't paint everyone with the same brush.
Don't make fun
I
of
was gonna say stick, but that's not the right saying.
you because of your weight. How about I make a compilation, a 6-hour compilation of people making fun of my weight to this day? Are you kidding me? The fat shaming is out of the world, all right?
Out of the world.
So if your mom is saying it's trash content, it's true. I agree with him on that. 100%.
Support Muffin, good to see you, mate. Hello, happy Tuesday. I hope you're well. Emotional Support Muffin, thank you for being here for 19 months. Says, late to the party, replay gang, sending love. Love right back, mate. Happy Tuesday.
Exposing all your pieces and parts to the internet is not small. It doesn't make me a bad person showing my behind on camera. How does that make me a bad person? Really? Thanks for the money.
I mean, do I think you're a bad person for actively and purposefully flashing your audience? Yeah, kind of. I mean, consent is required, so yeah, I think you're not a great person for choosing to aggressively flash your audience often. Yes. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Your message. Every thumbnail is about your weight that they make. Exactly. They use anytime I'm on camera, I say, watch, babe.
Hi, Polter. Good to see you. Thanks for being here for 17 months. Polter says, this is the picture of piousness, people. Pious Miriam. And Alyssa, thank you for 21 months. Alyssa says, waiting on the replay. Loved Mr. Snowflake's vid. Oh, glad you enjoyed it. See? You got a fan, Mr. Snowflake. Thanks for being here, Alyssa. I hope you have a great Tuesday. Happy 21 months.
I'm going to use this shot of me for my thumbnail. For their thumbnails. I know. Yeah, Candy's a nice person. I don't know why everything's glitching. It's weird. Calling it a documentary is absolutely ironic. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's one-sided. It's biased to heck. You know, it's just trying to be character assassination because there's nothing with my ex story times. I mean, the past...
Character assassination.
7 years ago, 17 years ago, 20... If I cheated on someone 20 years ago, that doesn't matter today at all. I've made peace.
It puts into context the history of you as a person and the fact that you even deigned to acknowledge and speak about that topic on the internet over the last 6 years continues to paint you as a person.
With myself and with that person. So for you to dig up things to try to set up some...
It's not digging it up. Mary, you're the one who fucking brought it to the internet. No one's... Look, you know me. I'm different realities. I'm team oh no's. I'm team, like, this is all streaming from a magical box on the internet. I don't know about your BS outside of what you have chosen to talk about on the internet. Well, and done on the internet, right? I don't like you. You're not a good person in my eyes. There's a long laundry list of reasons why, but it's not because someone said something about you on the internet somewhere. It's because I watch you. Nincompoop. Lady of the Fupa Flies. Hello. Thank you for the super sticker. I hope you're having a good Tuesday. Thanks so much for being here.
Thing to make me look bad, you know, it's just ridiculous, in my opinion.
You make yourself look bad.
He's gonna take a yearbook photo. He's trying to be, like, all serious and...
No one's digging up her teenage years, Milk. She's literally talking about it in every mukbang. Every single one. There are no stories between, like, 24 and current day.
Serious documentary maker, like a soft white underbelly. Yeah.
Maybe Chantel should try to make a documentary series about herself.
I'm argumentative because I have a right to defend myself, 50 Shades of Beige. I have a right to defend myself against these people making up lies or saying stupid things. Please. So because I address what people are saying, that makes me a bad person. You just said it.
No, you're choosing to address it, and this happened right at the beginning. 6-7 years ago, when you decided to start acknowledging trolls on the internet, which was a choice.
All right, that's the difference.
And now we're here.
Yep, okay. You know what? You're right. I shouldn't waste my breath at all. Period.
She's got the time, Lottie.
But I always defend myself. I never am on the offensive and come for people for nothing. So you're saying I don't have a right to defend myself? Candy also doesn't have people making thousands of videos about her every day. They don't.
Candy's hungry fat chick, right?
Thanks, Rose. What behavior? What behavior? 50 Shades of Beige.
I haven't really seen that much about Candy. I think just there's like some health talk. Oh, carnivore? Wasn't she on a carnivore diet? Because Foodie was saying how that wouldn't work for her. Foodie. Judgmental.
Because people twist it and to make it into something it's not. for outrage and hate because they want me to rage. You know what the difference is? Candy doesn't rage. She doesn't dig into it. She doesn't, you know what I mean? I defend myself. Yeah, sure. And I've even said...
I haven't seen that much of Candy, but she does seem relatively, like... Is mellow the right word? I don't know. She doesn't seem to let... Like, I think I've heard her acknowledge, like, her audience's disappointment, I guess. Especially when it came to, like, the acknowledgement of health and relationship with food and all of that stuff. But, yeah, I don't know if Candy's ever raged out at her audience the way that Chantel does. Like, that's a specific thing.
I've said stupid things in the past. In the past.
You're saying stupid things right now, Mary.
So?
This is 2 hours of stupid things.
So anyway. You can hate me, I don't care. Whatever. I'm done. I'm seriously done defending myself. I pointed out several lies that were told about me tonight. Again, saying I put my sister in the dryer is absolutely false. And to just take the word of a hater, please, who's done a lot worse in their life, please, just can it. The story was legendary. Even if I'm mentally ill, AF, that doesn't make me a bad person at all. Yes, I have mental illness, so? Yes, I have eating disorder, so? Yes, I've gotten drunk and done stupid things, so? Like, I've already addressed these things. People say I didn't. I did. I did address them. Nobody listens. Nobody cares. People want me to keep raging for money.
Chantel, I'm just watching my stories.
Why am I going to
I
apologize
don't know why you're mad.
for crapping over someone's bathroom, 50 Shades of Beige? Why? I said I was tasteless and stupid for the
Period. Full stop. The end.
pumped up kicks, but they twisted the meaning of it. That's not what I meant. I didn't make fun of children in it. That's what they were accusing me of. It didn't
No, you just made fun of the people who were going through the tragedy? Okay, that doesn't make it better.
happen, so I'm not going to apologize for something I didn't do.
Okay.
Period.
Right.
So, all these people are worse. These reactions.
All these people are worse. What about them? What about all of these people? What about all of these reaction channels with all of these terrible things going on in their lives? They're worse than me. How dare you criticize me when you could be criticizing them?
Channels are called out all the time for lies and doing a lot worse things. And nobody cares. Nobody cares. So at this point, whatever. You can keep drinking the Kool-Aid and believing what you want.
Chat, believe what you want.
No.
Don't let me tell you what to think. Don't let her tell you what to think.
Oh yes, yes, Kendall. It's because of my diabetes that I'm talking like this. Okay. See, how can you defend yourself against
I don't think that
people like this? Brick wall of ignorance and stupidity. That's all it is. I can't say anything else. There's no point. But because it happened in the past, no one can make it. Do you know how many people have already talked about this AF? No, like you can't use somebody's past against them when they're a different person today.
You're not a different person. You're the same person. You're the same person you were 6 years ago, acknowledging the trolls on the internet and getting mad at them. You've never learnt to be able to, like, deal. Just deal.
Why? Why would you use someone? The past is gone. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I cheated on somebody 20 years ago. Nobody
It defines your character in history.
addresses anybody being Islamophobic or doing blackface or calling out any of these people nowadays that do things. You know, like, so no, keep the same energy. Yeah, exactly. My diabetic dad would love that excuse.
J to the D.
As if no one's ever allowed
pinky energy. Yeah.
to change, exactly. I'm not raging, I'm addressing it.
Honestly, if we turned off the visual, you'd think we were in the villa. Except she's not zooted.
I'm not embarrassed. I never get embarrassed, AF. Trust. I wouldn't be doing all those story times and outing myself and telling it if I was embarrassed.
We could be anywhere. I'm seeing it now. We're in the Kia. There's a food tray on the steering wheel.
If Chantel's such a problem, why does everyone value her opinion so much as to be offended by it? Make it make Naomi.
No one values this idiot's opinion. Sorry. Some actually not fair. Some of her audience might value her opinion, and they have made a choice. No.
Me, you have a brain. Exactly.
That's a read, Chantel. That's not the compliment you think that is.
Embarrassed. If Chantel's such a problem, why does everyone value her opinion so much as to be offended by it? Make it make Naomi, you have a brain. Exactly.
That's a read.
Bye, banana. Thank you.
Nobody values her opinion. We're just watching an idiot on the internet who has the worst takes imaginable. Be better than Chantel. That's the message.
Anyways, at this point, I'm just repeating myself as well. So, Yeah, exactly. Hi, Wasoska. I think I'll get off of here. I just wanted to address that, say what I needed to say. I'm 100%. Thank you, Sadie. Oh, you're comparing me to Hitler now, Alien Holly. Okay. The genocide of millions of Jews versus throwing up in someone's bathroom on the wall. That's a real good comparison. I gotta get out of here.
Chantel, the choice to even respond to that. I don't know why.
Yeah, Lizzie, exactly.
She's so good with her block finger. Like, she could have just not acknowledged.
I love how that one reaction channel calls me out for racism, but mods somebody who liked a racist comment about a black man. Yeah, I could go on forever. So I'm just gonna get off. Get out while you still can. Yeah, exactly. Like, bye, right? Oh my gosh, I can't with these people. As if no one had an accident before. Like, it's not my fault they had no plumbing and they had no toilet paper. What was I supposed to do?
Why is she still so pent up about shitting all over the walls?
Seriously. I can't believe she did that.
One-Again was such a good time, Lottie. What was that stream? Was that after Cuba? I think was it after Cuba? Oh, One-Again was a good stream.
Like, it's not my fault. I couldn't tell my system not to do it. Like, whatever. Oh, I did the Nazi. Get out of here, please. Oh, yeah, I'm a Nazi. Right. Okay. I can't stand people.
I can't stand her.
Yeah, he thinks he's coming out with this truth-telling, groundbreaking documentary, soft white underbelly style. Yeah, I do have a soft white underbelly, but still.
Stop.
And all it is the same regurgitated crap that I've either told myself or, you know.
So why are you so panini pressed about it?
Oh, she's
if they're your words, why are you upsetty spaghetti?
not a good person because she did a cheese graveyard. Like, it's the same things. Like, who cares? Get a life. Get a hobby. Do like, you know what?
Ma'am, Mira, you fucking get a hobby. You've raged on the internet. Look, and chat, I understand. I also spend a long time reacting to this nincompoopery. But I'm morbidly curious. I want to know how the story's going. What's happening with the pinky toes? And that's okay. But, like, you can own that. I like to wind down at the end of the day and watch some Chantel being an idiot on the internet. It's nice. It's a good form of escapism. I still got hobbies. I still got things to do. It's fine.
If you're such a good documentary maker, do something on someone, like, more...
Who's soft white underbelly? Do you mean belonging to whose, or what is it? So Mr. Snowflake's soft white underbelly, I believe it started on YouTube. Did it start on YouTube? I've watched a couple of episodes. There's some really good episodes. I don't know why she's making this comparison, because every piece of content I've seen about soft white underbelly is essentially a interviewer and an interviewee, and the interviewee is the one on camera, and they sit there, and they often come from like harder backgrounds and harder lifestyles, and they talk about all types of things, like their upbringing, their history, what they're doing now, what their goals are for the future, and yeah, it's very stark and it's very raw in the way that the interviews happen. But I don't think she says she's watched Soft White Underbelly in the past. I think she's confused because it's not the same thing.
Get a life. Get a hobby. Do like, you know what? If you're such a good documentary maker, do something on someone, like, more relevant, like something important. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Instead of just picking on the same fat women on the internet, just like everyone else.
Hey, Lindsay, good to see you.
Anyway, on that happy note, thank you for listening to what I'm saying.
It's very sad and it's very confronting. Yeah.
Thanks, DXR. They say a lot of the audience in there says a lot of disgusting things. I've seen some very vile things. Like they like to say Mary Ham and stuff like that. Even though other Muslims have said they're offended by that, they don't care. They don't care. But if I said something like, you know, if I said something like that, that's it. That would be it for me. You know, more fodder for a Muslim woman who is clearly trying to turn their life around for the better. But they don't want that, DXR. They want to pull me back down under the ground. They want to pull me down so they keep having content.
DXR, if Chantel were taking any of this seriously, I think she might approach her relationship to the content on the internet just a little bit differently. I'm not saying she doesn't have we all have the right to be able to talk about stuff on the internet, especially if other people are talking and you want to talk back. But at the end of the day, I hate that phrase. When it comes down to it, we're all mature adults and we can make a choice of where we expend our energy. And Chantel's expending 2 hours of her energy to address her own words that are just being stitched together with someone's opinion before and after it. And she's been doing it for half a decade.
You know, and they think that the way that they live their life is not going to bite them in the butt someday. Like, I'm sorry, but at least my conscience is clear. As much weird things I've done, at least I don't have a hate channel of 2,000 videos about somebody exploiting their trauma, fat shaming them every day.
Just as a note, anyone who, for me at least, I'll say this, me watching Chantel's content is not exploiting her trauma. Chantel is choosing to make her trauma into content. I'm just watching it. That's like saying anybody who watches Chantel's traumatic content is exploiting her. No, that's not how audiences work. We are watching it. Chantel's the one who's putting it all out there. That's fine, put it all out there, but understand that regardless of what anyone has to say, people will have opinions, and people like sharing opinions on the internet. That's the long and short of it.
I don't have it, and I'm just happy about that. Teardrop, yeah. Making a documentary about me, imagine. Hi, Fernanda!
A documentary about me.
So don't let them. Exactly.
Foodie Beauty, 100,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Chandra, I won't.
Internet sensation.
You're alarmed by Chantel saying she was going to do something she didn't do? Yeah, I mean, so what? Like, I'm not successful yet on beating my eating disorder or getting my eating under control. Food has been my drug of choice since I'm young. And that's going to take a lot of self-work. And
maybe some assistance. Mental health, therapy, that stuff. No.
Whether I do or don't is not reason to hate somebody. You know? If this...
Yeah, internet sensation.
If this Mr. Cardigan did a documentary about any of the haters' channels, they would attack him. They would attack him incessantly. You know? And nobody would if he... Yeah, nobody would watch him. It would just be whatever, you know? But if you're doing a documentary on a hot topic, everyone loves to hate. You know, like... I don't know.
Not Hot Topic. Not besmirching the good name of Hot Topic.
So, yes, you can use that as an excuse, Alien Holly. Yep.
Very is this pants, Lottie. Hippie, thank you for the super chat. Oh, I am losing my voice. Hippie says, I'm on the rewatch sending love to my favorite British reactor, Puppy. Thanks, Hippie. I hope you have a great Tuesday. Thank you for the support.
You can. Yes. You can. Because you did use Hitler as an example. He did atrocious things that are unforgivable. Like what I've done and I've learned from and I'm becoming a better person, that's very different. Okay? So I don't know. You should maybe use more critical thinking when it comes to those statements. They don't know me personally. They don't know our relationship. They don't know the dynamic of a lot of my relationships with my family. They just make up things like, your sister hates you. No, we are very close. We talk every day. And she really wants me to be in Canada with her. And we really have bonded as adults. So.
Wait, is she soft launching going back to Canada?
What needs to be documented? She's just a person. Exactly. The same 4-ish incidents. Cuba rage, the pumped up kicks things. You think I was making fun of kids. I wasn't. The Cuba rage was aimed towards my abuser, which you all sympathize with when it comes to me. It's disgusting. Yeah. They act like I wronged them personally, yeah.
I mean, I don't. I think you said some terrible things on the internet, but, you know.
If I've ever said anything
you're not going to learn to not do that, so we're just here to watch.
Hurtful to you in the audience, it's because you have said something really nasty to me. And
She's 40.
Personally, yeah. If I've ever said anything hurtful to you in the audience, it's because you have said something really nasty to me. And I'm not saying that it makes it right. Two wrongs don't make a right, but I was very defensive at one point, and that's something I have to work on. Just letting...
That's insane. Imagine, like, just for a moment, imagine any other YouTuber that you enjoy watching, right? And imagine saying something in the chat or in a comment section that the content creator might disagree with. Can you imagine this? That's hilarious. Well, you said something mean. So yeah, I was defensive / aggressive, and I did call it out, and I did block you.
It like slide off, but I'm not perfect. You know.
Water off a duck's back, Mary. Oh my God, AC, hi! Thank you for being here for 35 months. I have your message in Discord. I have partially read it. I need to read the rest of it. Thank you for being here, and good morning, and I hope you're having a fabulous day, my friend. Thank you for the support. AC says, I've not seen a single person sympathize with old mate. No, not one. Not a single. Absolutely not. I 100% agreed. Yeah. This face. Yeah. Thank you for being here, mate. It's good to see you.
No, I never claimed to be. I've always claimed the opposite. My shisha. So that's it. That's all I have to say, I guess. I don't know.
Also, this Pepsi Max is tasting weird after this lozenge.
They're just going off of the vids I put online, exactly, you know? No, I never said I hated you, Chandra. Where? Prove it. I've never said I hated anybody. So that's wrong.
No, I think she said things like, fuck you, get out of here, you're not welcome here.
We all make mistakes, Angela, exactly.
Something akin to that.
So, yeah.
Lindsay, thank you for the super chat, lovely. I hope you're having a good day as well. Oh, sorry. Lindsay says, Mr. Snowflake needs Mr. Cardigan merch. It needs to be on a cardigan. And it needs to be, you know, like the football players, how they have their surname on the back. It just needs to say cardigan. Cardigan 69. Perfect. It's a jersey and a cardigan. How good? How good? Thank you for the super chat.
Because I don't want to give him the attention Dolly Jr.
Oh, but it needs to be crocheted. So you could get just like a... Actually, we've got a lot of crocheters in the chat. I know that. You could just get like a normal cardigan and like crochet cardigan on the back. And then whatever numbers you want. Because I know 69's not for everyone. So 3, 7. 77. It's Ambi's favourite number, don't you know?
I don't want to give his name the attention, but whatever. Cuba Rage. I don't even remember most of what I said, actually, in Cuba Rage. But I remember a lot. I don't think so, Chandra. Send me a screenshot.
I remember when she's tried to react to Cuba Rage. That's always fun. She should try doing that again. A cardigan that says Team Poopy.
I don't even know you.
Oh my goodness, Dank, lovely to see you. I'm so sorry I haven't been able to get back to you as well, mate. My voice has not been good. It was rough yesterday and bad today.
How can I hate you? You know, I was probably
I feel terrible. I have all of these people to respond to and I've just been busy. Sorry.
taking out a lot of my aggression on everybody. Everyone was getting on my nerves. People were coming for me. I was so upset. I don't know. That was a couple years ago. Like, you know.
But it's good to see you. I hope you're well. Who, thank you for the super chat as well, who says, just got off work and we're still live. We are still live. Who, good to see you. I do have to finish up shortly because I do have to get up early in the morning, which means going to bed. Life. And I would give anything for an extra 2 hours in a day, hey? And more lozenges.
People offended by a cardigan, good lord. Cuba was fun, except for the rage. Yeah, I drank a whole bottle of rum. Oh my gosh. That was stupid. So yeah, that was stupid, 100%.
Smith, the chat's pretty cool. Yeah, we like the chat. I mean, we like everybody. Generally. Except for Foodie. Well, actually, no. It's not unique to Foodie. But yeah, the chat's pretty cool. I'm a big fan of the chat. I say chat needs to take more of their flowers.
What happened in Cuba? I drank a lot of booze before going to Cuba.
Lindsay, if I were the type of person who could function off of like 5 hours sleep, I would be so happy. There'd probably be other problems that came along with that, but I just can't. I'm such a grumpy bear if I don't get at least like 7. 6 kind of pushes it, but 7's like the sweet spot. I'm still a little sleepy in the morning. 8's the perfect spot. But then, see, the problem is I get less sleep during the week, and then on like a Sunday, I sleep in until like 11 o'clock in the morning, and then I feel guilty because the whole day's gone. Oh, life's just hard.
The day before, I was at Dudu's apartment with Swordfish, and he hid my car keys, he hid my phone. Even Dudu had to tell him, like, give her phone back. I had to tell her, I'm like, can you ask him to give my phone back? I want to leave. And he was just, that's when he was like,
Mr. Cardi again. That's good, Lottie.
trying to get us to do stuff. And anyway, it was just a horrible weekend. Like, horrible.
Has anyone been able to confirm that timeline about him hiding the keys in the phone? Because I could have sworn that was before, way before Cuba Rage. Didn't she have the no contact order and stuff like months before Cuba? Because that was what part of the shocking revelation about her seeing old mate Dee Dee again and spending the weekend there before going to Cuba was that like there was a no contact. But she broke that no contact multiple times where she was just like, well, yeah, it said legally he wasn't allowed to contact me, but I was allowed to contact him because I'm bonkers bananas. That was prior to CPAP rescue. Oh, well before Cuba then. Yeah, right. It was way earlier.
And then the next...
She's rewriting this weekend. Because the weekend of the Grey Kitty Cat was not the weekend of the hide my keys, hide my phone. That happened way before. And that's because the hide my keys, hide my phone stuff happened, and that's what Foodie used, because confinement, that's the word that I continue to forget. She used the argument of confinement about no contact. She went to the detectives and she said, this is what's happening with this guy. He hid my phone, he hid my keys, like, I don't want him to contact me anymore. All of that stuff. And then she broke that order pretty much in the same week. Was that the same? That was the same week where old mate was moving from the place he was currently staying. He was moving into Dee Dee's. That's right.
Day I went to Cuba.
God, she's bonkers. She is nuts. It's wild remembering how all of that worked together.
Like, horrible. And then...
Oh, wait, no, because CPAP happened... CPAP didn't happen at Dee Dee's. I'm getting that timeline wrong. CPAP rescue happened while Dee Dee was sipping wine in the kitchen. At his original place. Man, what a time. One day I'm going to need to go back and look at... I'm sure... You know what? Actually, I'll wait for Mr. Snowflake to do it. Mr. Snowflake, just a heads up, there may come a time in the future where I utilize your docuseries in a reactionary sense. I hope you're okay with that. I'll shout you out, don't worry. Big Poppy Syntax channel here. Because it would be interesting to watch that specific series of events and timeline, because it's so fucking messy. How fun.
The next day I went to Cuba. It was just horrible for so many reasons. Barracuda face. It was weird because I wanted to be there because I still had feelings, but at the same time, I didn't like a lot of the things he would do. You know, like hide my phone and stuff like that. And things affect you. Sometimes you bottle them up and you don't realize how they affect you until it all comes out. And I think that's what the booze did, you know?
Uh-huh.
Hi, Carrie.
I forgot she was talking. Sorry.
The bugs in Cuba. Yeah, the bugs and the cake and all that. That was good memories.
Well, she did drive all night DX.
You don't have to keep explaining things here.
And then knocked on the door and was just like, give me back my machine.
Exactly, DXR. Thank you. Especially when you're trying...
And he was an absolute monster about it all. And then Chantel went back to sit in her car and then drove around crying, raging. Then pulled up in front of his house again and then had to wait for her audience to be her savior and call the cops.
To...
Bonkers.
Any things I've seen...
We had to jump between live streams to figure out what was going on.
And
while Dee Dee's in the corner eating popcorn. By eating popcorn, I mean drinking red wine.
Islam, we don't discuss them. That's why I don't want to talk about my past. I don't want to make a series about my past. I don't want to relive it, you know? People...
You should, though, because you could set the story straight.
That's why I have to really force myself not to watch and pay attention, especially when it comes to the abuse stuff. Because that is really something I don't want to relive.
Bloody.
And I don't want to talk about it. And I don't want to...
I don't even know how we would do that. Like, I don't know. Like a greatest hits. Except it's terrible hits. The worst hits.
I hate when other people talk about it in a way that's not how it happened, that's not how it went, that's not how I felt. You know what I mean? So it's a bit of a touchy subject. Yes, sweaty.
Man, she is huffing down that hooker.
And people talk about my hijab. They make fun of it. They make fun of me reverting as an Islam. They call me Hamadan, Mariam. People are disgusting, you know?
But funnily enough, like again, she really does want to paint everyone with that brush.
A sheet of cake. I literally would tip this person I tipped well. I tipped them $10.
Lewis,
$10 at a time, and he made me a cake.
He didn't make you a cake. He got the cake off the buffet from the night before and presented it to you in the breakfast time, right? In the morning time. What? Or was that a nighttime buffet? Anyway, someone gave Lewis, the waiter in Cuba, who Chantel was tipping out $10 at every conversation, who totally had a thing for her, gifted her half a sheet cake. Because it was her birthday? I think it was her birthday. Or she'd mentioned it was her birthday or her birthday week or something, and Lewis decided you could use half a sheet cake.
Hey, it was really too sweet. Ugh, it wasn't good. No offense. But it was the gesture. How am I going to eat a whole cake? They probably saw, big lady, I'll make her a whole cake.
They didn't make her a cake. They got half a tray off a buffet and said, here you go.
People still reaching out the Cuba Rage don't get what was happening at the time. I can't take people who know what was happening seriously. They don't know. They don't know what I went through. I was deciding... I dropped some juice. Yeah. Talk about when I dropped some juice on the rug, actually, yes. Actually, Mr. Cardigan, I accidentally dropped a plate on the floor and it broke, and it was one of my mom's favorite plates. I guess I treated her horribly, you know?
Mr. Snowflake, more interesting fact. Chantel once had a thing for these beverages that you could get at Hungry Jack's. No, Burger King. That you could get at Burger King called a... Oh, they weren't called Twisty Misties. Hold on, I'm going to have to wrap my brain. Burger King Twisters? Twist sippers? No. What were they called? They were like slushies. So she called them Twisty Misties, but they were called something else. Look, Mr. Snowflake's taking notes. It was Dairy Queen. Okay, not Burger King. See, I've already fucked it up. So, Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen. Twisty... What the hell were they called? Twisty Misties? They were called Twisty Misties. What did she call them? Didn't she call them something else? Anyway. Alright, here's the note. We'll get it to it eventually, Mr. Snowflake. So, Chantel's shitting on her past self, dropping juice on a rug. More interesting, Chantel used to have this fascination with the Nashville hot chicken sandwich, right? And she called them Nashies, right? So much so that, oh, was that Burger King? I think it was Burger King. Nashville hot chicken sandwich. Burger King? I think it was Burger King. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, so Burger King Nashville hot chicken sandwiches. She called them Nashies, and she would go out pretty much every night on a live stream and go and pick up 2 Nashies, and she did it for like the span of 2 years, so much so that was it the Burger King Twitter account or YouTube or something? Someone got wind of it. Because she was desperate for Nashi season to return, and I think it was Canadian summer. Anyway, she had a fascination for these hot chicken sandwiches that were oily, and just watching her eat them sometimes, like, it looked like just bloody pus, like, running down her chin. Not good. But in the same time, she had this obsession with the Dairy Queen Twisty Misties. And there was one particular live stream, and if you can find the edit, I'd highly recommend using it, where she's put the Twisty Misty, like, in the passenger seat of her car, and it's tipped over. It's tipped over in the car, and she hasn't really noticed, and all of the liquid slush has just seeped into the car seat. I'm laughing my ass off during all of this. And then the car starts, like, the alarm starts going off, because the Twisty Misty liquid has seeped into the electronics of the seatbelt sensor in her passenger seat. And I think she's driving. Yeah, I think she's driving or parked up while this is happening, and her car's just screaming at her because she's dropped a Twisty Misty in the passenger seat. And then she never cleaned it, and then I'm pretty sure Pete's was in that passenger seat not long after, getting slushy mold butt. So, just absolutely wonderful content.
I guess. I didn't always
There are some funny bits, hey.
have a good relationship with my mother, but we have a really good one now. So what does that matter? What does the past matter if we have a good relationship now? Exactly, Lynn. We all have a past.
It was a Twisty Misty. I swore she'd renamed that. It was the Nashi I was thinking of.
It was fun, except the drinking and the rage, and yeah, but it was fun other than that. The Barracuda. No?
She also spilled at least one whole Twisty Misty on the carpet of the luxury villa.
That bug?
So there's a big old purple stain.
What the heck? Ew. That bug was coming for blood. And then I know I hit it with my sandal, and it went in my luggage somewhere. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna deal with this when I'm sober. I woke up the next day, and the bug, I went to move my bathing suit, the suitcase out of the way, and the bug just was like, okay, I'm defeated, and walked towards the door.
DX, it really is hard to get people up to speed on context, because sometimes something will happen and I'll just like laugh to myself and then not understand that there's just years worth of lore and context that go along with it.
It was huge. I don't even know what kind of bug it was. Oh, and I paid for that. The hangover I had waiting for the shuttle bus on the plane. Oh my gosh, that was horrible. Oh, yeah.
Not Mr. Cardigan in the chat.
No, the bug escaped. Went away. I won. The bug lost.
Did she drive in the US during the pandemic and get quarantined, or am I imagining that? No, Tish, she absolutely did. She crossed the Canadian-US border, misunderstanding the quarantine requirements, and then went to get... Was that the Sonic video? No, Sonic was pre-pandemic. It was something else. She crossed the bridge to get into the States, and then went to get something... That was a whole thing as well, because passport... No, she had her passport at that time. She got over, wanted to buy something, bought it, and then went back to return, and they said, no, sorry, the rules don't change until tomorrow, so you'll have to wait 24 hours and have a negative COVID test. And she was like, what the fuck? And basically ended up in a roadside motel that had blood on the wall. Yeah, she had to stay the night in the motel with blood on the wall and then drive back over to Canada the next morning when she didn't need the COVID negative test when the rules actually changed, because she's a bit of an idiot. No, you're not misremembering. It was McDonald's. There you go.
One. The bug lost. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Sonic one was pre-pandemic. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where she had to fight with US border security.
For sure, Lynn.
She only had her driver's license.
I was a teenager. I was troubled. But yeah.
She was so mad. She was mad at Justin Trudeau.
It goes into
She was really pissed off at Trudeau.
As long as how much self-awareness it takes for someone to ask everyone they have wrong for forgiveness before saying the shut up. Yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. It takes a lot of self-growth. It's hard. Chantel won the bug 0. The bug tried. Remember when it was hovering above me? And I took my sandal and I whacked it and it flew. Oh my god, it kept coming for me.
See, she has good memories about streams.
It was sentient. It had a conscience. It was strategic. It was coming for me. I tried to kill a bug. Yeah, they're gonna say, while in Cuba, she tried to kill a water bug. I don't know what kind of bug it was, but
Benjamin,
it was healing. It was traumatic for me because I was going through all of these emotions and I was still attached to you know what, you know who, and it was
she's still talking.
I was really emotionally spent, but at the same time,
done. Thank God.
The doors open and the ocean right there, just okay, I gotta go because my phone's gonna die.
Okay.
It was good,
There were many a trip to Orange Julep. Yeah, none of them were really that memorable, to be fair. Orange Julep. Apart from when she'd go on a Friday night and there were all of the people hanging out in the car park and she'd get really nervous.
Destroying local fauna. Okay, 5%, I gotta go, guys. Thanks for listening. I'll be back another time. I just want
Outside of that, I just never understood the fascination with it.
to address those things.
Oh my goodness, Siege, hello.
And thanks for listening and being here. It means a lot. Bye.
Mad because she hadn't been vaccinated and she went through the day. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So she was a day off. Yeah.
Bye.
Okay, bye, Foodie. All right, chat, we're done. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. Oh, this went for 3 hours. Oh, dear. All right. Chat, I gotta get to bed, and hopefully this returns tomorrow. If not, it'll be fine. Thank you all very much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you all. I hope you all have a fabulous day. Please make sure you wash your face, drink your water, get your steps in, wear your sunscreen, have a chat, have a nap, have a snack, hug your loved ones, take care of yourself, get your steps in, do all of the things. Annie with an L, thank you for the super chat. Annie says, that was when she yelled, I bought you weed and coffee. That was when she yelled, I bought you weed and coffee. Memories. For those of you who are on the rewatch, I appreciate your comments, opinions, and eyeballs. Chat, if you'd like to hit the like button on the way out, I really appreciate it. Thank you for being wonderful people. I hope you have a great day. And hopefully, probably won't see you tomorrow. Maybe Thursday? I don't know. Ooh, moth. But I've got to go. So I'll see you all in the next video and our live stream.